Hello, everybody, and welcome to session 139 of Pokerole. We're gonna go back into it. It was supposed to happen last week, but I was a little too icky for last week, so we're playing this week. So, hello, everybody. I hope you're doing well. And we're gonna get back into the dungeon and see what happens. Last time we dealt with Rotom and computers, and we didn't deal with the computers very well, but we did our best. And we're gonna see what happens next. But before we start, of course, if you like the video, do think about giving it a like, and you could subscribe if you're interested in doing that. And there's a Twitch link as well if you want to come over and hang out and watch this stuff live and talk to people and talk to us and me, because that's pretty cool. So think about doing that. And there's a Discord if you want to go over there and hang out with cool people. And there's a Pokerole Discord. You can get off of that Discord too for our specific Pokerole game stuff. There's also a coffee link if you want to help directly monetize things. And there's a merch store if you want to buy some cool things. And there's a wiki for our game where you can see right there. All the links are in the description. You can check them out whenever you feel like. Also, I wanted to announce that I'm going to be doing a thing where I'm going to be trying to use my more Puchiana voice when I'm talking out of character, and my Mayana voice when I'm in game, which I'm still kind of defining my Mayana voice, so it might be a little hard to tell the difference, but it should make it just a little easier to tell when I'm talking in or out of character. But I'm still going to say Tucker does this, Tucker does that in the game. So don't worry, I'm going to do that too. It should just be an extra layer of making it easier to understand if I'm talking in our game. But yeah, how are you guys on the table doing?
I'm doing great.
I'm doing well.
All right.
Good. I'm doing better. Oh, I guess I could even... Hold on, what's the button for that? Do I have a button for that on this? Oh, I don't. Let me try something real fast. I just had a great idea. If I switch to Charms Feed, is that the one that has everything? It is. I'm not sure on that one. It's under the foster. Let's see. Yeah, there it is. So I could do this as well. I could just hit the button when I'm talking in the game. Like that. I might do that. You sound like Fred from Scooby-Doo. Let's split up, gang! Do I? I don't think I do.
You do not sound like Fred from Scooby-Doo. Maybe from that one cartoon show way back when, but also probably not at all.
For anyone unfamiliar with things, especially since we have new viewers today, I'm Tucker. I'm staying in for Charm. Charm's taking a break, so Charm's not doing streams right now. I am. And one of the other personalities. So, but yeah, so what I'm going to do for you guys in the chat is that when I'm talking out of character, I'll try to switch to this Puchiana picture. And when I'm doing in-game character actions, I'll switch to Mayana. I might forget, though, so sorry if I do. But yeah, I think that makes sense anyways. I'm going to try it out, see how people feel about it. Oh, you know what? Yeah, okay. But yeah, I guess I'm ready for a recap if everybody else is ready. Oh, and are you enjoying your dinner, Clark? What did you make?
I made mac and cheese with meatballs.
Oh, yum! I'd eat that.
Yes, Mala the Hut is outdated, we know.
Updated? Oh, no! I just realized I was supposed to do something with the table and I didn't. Oh well. I was supposed to... Remember I told you that I would be figuring out my stats and then I didn't do it.
Oh, well, that's when you were sick.
I was icky, so I kind of forgot, yeah.
It's fine.
That's not a big deal. It's just a big... it just matters for my sheet. It's not a big deal.
You can figure things out later. You have an absolute ton of experience to spend.
Yeah. It's quite a bit to figure out, so it's not just a quick decision.
Yes. Well then, I might as well get on with the recap.
Okay.
Which, as always, was graciously provided by Ennio, who has been doing an excellent job of providing us recap summaries of the various sessions so that we can get people up to speed. We literally would not be able to do this without Ennio. We would have lost the sauce. Last time was session 138, Ghost in a Shell. Brooke and Tucker turn to Ralph to ask about the Rotom that had just left. Ralph explains that, most likely, that Rotom was now in complete control of the security system, and that they would need to track it down if they wanted to stop the Magneton and the swarm of unknown from returning. The team exits the server room to begin pursuit of Georgie, only to find the most direct path after them to be blocked by one of the security doors. Preferring not to take the long way around, Rita attempts to use teleport to move the group to the other side of the door, only to learn that protective measures had been taken to prevent a Pokemon from teleporting through said doors. Ralph informs everyone that, even if Georgie controlled most of the security system, they likely still need to have some terminals around to force the doors open in case of emergency. He attempts to re-enter the server room to check if the terminal would have been there, only to see that Brooke had sealed the one-way door to enter said room, unintentionally locking them out. Ralph then recalls the security office near the entrance, and assumes that there would have to be a terminal there. As the party makes their way back to the security office, they pass by the incapacitated swarm of unknown emitting flashes of yellow light. Ralph encourages the party to rush through, worrying it may be indicating that they might be close to reactivating, and they quickly sprint past the swarm. They soon reach the outside of the office, blocked by a wall of bulletproof glass. As Brooke keeps watch over the swarm with Mawile, Tucker tries to slip himself and Rita through an opening in glass via Shadow Sneak, allowing Ralph to instruct Rita on how to operate the computers inside the room, while Tucker searches for a way for Ralph to enter. However, all of the shadows being cast by the lighting in the facility causes Tucker some difficulty finding their way into the office. When they're able to exit into the office, Rita approaches the computer and uses their orb to indicate to Ralph what they are seeing to direct what actions to take. When Ralph sees the terminal, he sees that the terminal is notably more advanced than during his time at the Space Center, probably having been upgraded in the year since he left. Ralph tries to offer guesses over what might work, only to realize that trying to tell Rita which commands to try typing into the computer poses difficulty when they are unable to understand human language. To alleviate the issue, Rita attempts to use telepathy to understand the visual of what Ralph is suggesting, only to get overwhelmed by all of the possible commands that Ralph is considering for the monitor. As the two try to communicate, Tucker alerts them to a button underneath, prompting Ralph to warn him about how it was likely a silent security alarm. As Ralph and Tucker navigate Rita through operating the computer, Mawile rushes over to alert them that the swarm is just reactivated, and Brooke was attempting to distract them as long as he can. Eventually, Rita is able to type in the recommended commands and press the return key. After a few minutes, the party hears the security doors open up, and Tucker sees a lever underneath the monitor start glowing. He alerts Ralph about it and pulls it as instructed, causing the wall behind the office to open up and allow them to easily leave. Meanwhile, Mawile hurries towards Brooke to check on him, who is able to disable the portion of the swarm they had managed to reactivate. The party regroups and heads in the direction of the corridor that was sealed before by the security system. Going through the corridor that was originally blocked off by the Magneton, the party enters what looks to be an office room, Ralph finding the room's layout strikingly familiar. As they enter, they hear the sound of Georgie taunting them to catch him in one of the computers within 3 minutes, or else some valuable data would be deleted. Brooke locates the computer they were hiding in immediately, only for them to grumble about making the challenge too easy before moving to another terminal, before Brooke can ask them any questions. They also sped up the clock when that happened. When Rita finds it within one of the computers, they hurriedly use the Minior shell to try to hypnotize it, buying Ralph time to reach the monitor and try to input his old credentials. However, partway through, Georgie regains its sentience and declares that the credentials are no longer valid. Ralph tries to speak with them to get them to recognize him, but it quickly leaves to another computer. Mawile is the next to find it, only for it to leave to another computer, taunting the party by saying they'd need to work faster if they wanted to steal the laboratory's data. Burke shouts how the team are only here to find information about what happened to them, but the Rotom remains unconvinced. Getting an idea, Tucker forcibly destroys one of the computer monitors with their vial of strange goo, causing it to begin to malfunction before he unplugs it. I'm going to clarify here. Tucker didn't destroy the monitor. They used the strange goo on the computer itself.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah,
good
the
enough
computer
for computers to know that the tower is the computer part. But not good
Correct.
enough to know I shouldn't put goo in it.
I don't remember what we rolled for the strange goo. I just remember hanging my head. Like, why did the positive thing have to happen?
It got bigger.
It got
Yeah,
bigger.
that's right. That's right, you rolled a 6.
I
You
made
rolled
it
a
a
6
big
that got-
PC.
Yes, it got bigger.
Hee
Having a similar idea, though with much less technological literacy, Reda tears the monitor off one of the computers before heading to another one, and Brooke follows suit because screw it, we ball. Ralph is distraught by the disrespect to the computers, but refocuses and tries to continue to convince Georgie of who he is by reciting memories he could recall. As he recites what he could recall about the time he stole the janitor's keys, Georgie pauses and asks if he really was Ralph. Then how was he here after so many years? As Ralph begins to explain their situation, mentioning they were trying to investigate the Dead Star, Georgie suddenly issues the code AVID and declares a maximum security alert, only for the power supply to be insufficient for taking such measures. Then they suddenly attack Ralph from the monitor, saying they must stop Ralph from whatever it is he's doing, and the sound of the security doors shutting echoes through the room. The others continue to break the computers, with Ralph only getting more desperate to convince Georgie to reconsider as a result, continuing to try to reset information to confirm his identity. However, the Rotom only becomes more enraged, attacking the rest of the party from the computers that they were assaulting and incapacitating Brooke in the process. As Ryder realizes this, they hurry over and their horn emits a sound of static before they forcibly tear apart the monitor, declaring that they would pay for hurting their mistress. Ralph apologizes to Georgie for suddenly vanishing for so long, and apologizes for not being able to give a good explanation due to their missing memories, but tells Georgie that he's at least glad to see them again. Georgie begins to respond in kind, for they are suddenly cut off by some sort of internal defense system. Seeing all the chaos currently occurring in the room, Tucker tries to use Shadow Sneak to head further in the facility to try and find something of use. However, as they slip under the security door, he finds a staircase to a further lower level ahead of him. Meanwhile, as Ralph continues to try to communicate with the commuter, asking what's happening to Georgie, it only responds by saying that there is only one entity inside, and taunts Ralph by showing a 70% completion progress bar for the deletion of the laboratory data. As a last-ditch effort, Ralph attempts to use Snatch to pry Georgie out of the computer and pull him into a hug before allowing them to enter the zapper. This causes all of the computers to deactivate, allowing everyone to take a moment to calm down. Ralph approaches one of the computers to try to operate it, while suggesting everyone else go ahead now that the security had been disabled. Mowell tells him that they probably have enough time to wait for Ralph to finish, and then helps them with gathering the necessary components. Meanwhile, Ryder walks over to check if Ralph properly dealt with the Rotom before threatening to destroy the not-occupied Zapper to finish it off. Mobile and Ralph successfully convince them not to destroy the Zapper, and they leave to check on Brooke's condition. Also, Tucker returns to the office room and goes to help Ryder wake Brooke back up. After Brooke is given a reviver seed to wake him back up, he grumbles about his poor luck with electric types and leans on Tucker to help himself stand upright, as Ryder administers a heal pulse. Ryder begins to apologize to Brooke for failing to keep them safe, and Brooke recognizes that Ryder seems in the wrong state of mind, asking them who it is they think that Brooke is. The question brings Ryder back to normal, and they apologize for the confusion. Mowile explains to the group what Rolf has done with the Rotom, and explains how he has started trying to operate one of the computers to find information. Tucker also warns everyone that, when they're ready to move on, the laboratory has another floor waiting ahead of them. Brooke suggests it may be a good idea to try to set up a camp in this room for now, before checking out what lays ahead after they rest. Isn't that such an excellent question, Fair? That's such a lovely question, Fair.
Yeah, tone of voice. See.
I mean, who said they haven't, honestly?
Also, who says they weren't hibernating while there wasn't active power?
Oh. That's possible, too.
Before we proceed, I do remember last time we did undergo the rest protocols, and that you all have recovered as much as you could recover, which, for some reason, y'all are full healed. I thought some of you were more hurt than that. Hang on, let me look. Okay, Ralph is more hurt than that. Okay. Everybody else got very healed, but I recall that you did not fully recover. It was something like you recovered 1 will, and I think it was a number of HP.
I think I was fine for the most part.
Tucker was fine. The others, not so much.
I don't remember what my HP was at. I did go down once, but I don't remember how much I got back.
I know you got Reviver Seed and Heal Pulse, so I believe that did full heal you.
Okay.
Pretty sure it did a decent amount, and whatever was left got healed from the rest.
Yeah, probably.
Hee, making you use your resources.
Oh darn, using the resources that I keep stockpiling.
Resident Alchemist.
I think somebody was pointing out somewhere, and somebody else in a different game was pointing out, well, we don't have a lot of Reviver Seeds and stuff, and that's kind of dangerous.
I mean, it's true, we don't, but...
We also don't go down a lot.
No, Mala. His HP did get updated. I remember that we went through and recovered everyone's things. That's why I was double checking. I just didn't remember that, like, 3 out of 4 people actually full recovered.
I think the reason we don't go down a lot is because whenever Car's like, aha, this is the big attack the bad guy's gonna use, it's always a 1. It always is a roll of a 1.
I have some of the worst and best storyteller luck there is. Anyway, Ralph. Would you mind giving me a, let's see, a smart contest perform and add your logic in with that?
Alright, let's take a look here.
To see how well you repair this computer, because you're going to be able to repair it.
Alright.
Is he repairing one of the ones that didn't get hit by something?
Nice.
Correct.
Yeah.
The one in the corner here, I believe, because that's the one he took Georgie out of.
Yeah. Piecing this together with, non-destroyed parts.
Oh.
Mawio collects parts from, well, mostly the destroyed computers, as well as some of the non-destroyed computers, at your direction for what you're looking for. Mostly looking for replacements or anything that's in better condition than what this thing has.
I'm pretty sure the one in the bottom left here, Brooke only unplugged. He didn't destroy it.
That is correct.
I didn't destroy Tucker didn't destroy his, technically.
Yeah, I remember I flipped the ones upside down that either got destroyed or were no longer operable.
You did flip mine. For
Yes.
that reason.
It takes some time for Ralph to get this pieced together and at least in better shape than it was. And in the meantime, the rest of you are taking a break and effectively making camp. Although Mawile warns you that given it's an enclosed space, a campfire is not advisable, even if you happen to have the supplies for it. Just as an extra precaution, since she's seen how some of you deal with ancient relics of technology.
That's a good point. If you need light, though, I think the one I put Goo in is glowing still. So, there.
Oh, I'll specifically avoided that one. She doesn't know what's wrong with it, and she doesn't want to know. Learn. That said, eventually, Ralph, you're met with a boot screen,
Alright.
and you are able to unlock the computer in administrative mode.
Excellent. Alright, let's see if we can't discern what this place was doing in its last days.
So has anybody played Kingdom Hearts 2?
Yes.
Long time
No.
ago.
Who remembers the introduction to the Tron world?
Oh,
Because, poor Ralph, you find that the main screen of this is absolutely covered in folder icons. And as you are
no.
clicking through them, one at a time, by and large, the response that you get from the computer as it tries to load a file from a majority of those folders, the data is corrupt.
Figured as much.
But there are a couple folders that have some data left. There's a folder labeled The Failed Project, and there's a folder labeled Avid. A-V-I-D.
Well, we did get for let's check out Failed Project first, and then we'll check out Avid.
As you start sifting through the Failed Project folder, it's odd. It looks like a majority of the files on this computer were set up almost like journal entries, except this one seems standardized. It looks very corporate. Even the files that you can check the details on.
Can I see the metadata on these files, like when they were created, and suss out about how long ago this would have been in operation?
The metadata on the file, the earliest metadata on the one readable file that's in this folder is
Yeah.
approximately 100 years after the last year date that you can remember from being human.
Alright. That's the earliest one.
Yep. And some of the others you can't get the metadata on, but a few you can, even if you can't properly read the data on the corrupt file. And they
So
all seem
we've
to be
been alright, so
later.
we've been out of time for vastly longer than like the end of humanity. So we were pulled from time a good at least a century before the humanity fell. That's interesting to note.
Potentially. But while some of the data on this read file is corrupt, what you can get from it is that at some point prior to the creation of this file and this facility, there is a project that failed so spectacularly that it is threatening humanity. And that is exactly what this place is for. And at the end of the file, the one uncorrupted line, because there's this huge paragraph of corrupted read data in that file after what you can read. At the bottom is an uncorrupted line that says "See AVID file" for mission statement.
Alright. So, it seems like whatever it was, won. We'll check Avid now. Let's boot up Avid. Oh, click, click.
Mawile is just sort of looking over your shoulder, trying to follow along as best she can. She is occasionally looking at your zapper with a minor amount of worry.
Suppose while I'm doing it, I would explain to Mawile more what it is. Explaining it like... basically, like, it's like an entire... I'd probably explain... thinking how to explain a computer to someone who has, like, never seen one and whose level of technology is... we can make a light bulb. It's like an entire library. It can be stored in this box. And apply the box. And you can read it, the pages on the screen. And you can write new books with the keyboard, is probably how I would describe it. And then I would go on to say, but it can also, like, hold stuff other than books, like pictures and movies and, yeah. As he's clicking through, he'd briefly explain what the tool is on a surface level.
Huh. She'll nod along. She can understand at least that basic explanation. She gets that the technical aspects are probably beyond her, but it's not something that she is unwilling to learn.
Yeah.
Are you sharing the information you're discovering with her too?
Yeah, I probably would relay that. I went and tracked down the entire group right away when I learned that, like, oh snap. It's been at least 100 years.
Oh yeah.
And that's 100 years from the time we disappeared to the time humanity was being on its last legs. So that it would have been even longer from then until now, where all traces are almost gone. But yeah, let's click on Avid.
You click into the AVID file. Oh, folder. Sorry, not file. And again, like with most everything else, a majority of these files are at least partially corrupt. But it looks like these are more intact than everything else. Like they were being saved for last.
I imagine the metadata on these are a smidge later.
These are 300 years after the earliest metadata.
Alright, so this place was in operation at least 300 years.
Or
which also makes our disappearance around about 400 years. Yeah, we disappear and around about 400 years later this shenanigans are happening. As this is as an aside, be honest, did I like cause a timeline to be established like on the spot just now? Or was this, like, thought about?
Well, Car did say "or" in the middle of your talking.
Oh.
It's entirely possible that this facility was made sometime within that 300-year span.
Oh, yes, because
The
of
data
the way
could just have
metadata
been-
works.
The-
Yeah.
The file, the original failure project file, could have been made a while ago.
Yeah, it could have been imported to... yeah. Just because the data is that old doesn't necessarily mean this facility's that old, because the data could be imported.
But, in the interest of moving things along a bit,
Yeah.
the files that you can find in the AVID folder, just to give you a broad overview of what you can collect. This facility was built specifically to create a system to counteract the failed project.
Okay.
And from what you are able to understand, they've gone through several failed experiments that have otherwise been, the word is, overtaken multiple times. And it has caused them to lose other facilities due to a lack of security measures. This facility has been outfitted with every security measure they can think of to hide from the star.
Oh.
Okay, so... looks like... Dead Star was built. It started causing problems. They started trying to fix it, but no matter what they did, it wasn't working. Like, they had to fight it, and it seems like they were losing pretty badly.
Specifically, there is a pair of lines that stand out to you in one of the last files you look at. This facility was designed to defend against the star's deleterious effects on living beings. There's a series of corrupt lines, and then after that, so soldiers of steel must suffice.
Deleterious?
It
Bad.
means harmful.
Oh.
Soldiers of Steel must suffice. Like...
And in the last paragraph, there is an uncorrupted line that tells you that they have passed the prototyping phase.
Alright, past the typing phase, so I think it's safe to assume they produced working models, working instances of these soldiers of steel. Which I imagine we'll run into. And
Fuck
yeah,
little.
huh?
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
And I believe I will, and I'll relay this in the simplest language I can to the rest of the team. You know, not trying to talk down to them, but like, you know, translating from computer nerd to regular person talk.
It's part of why I did the summary. Because I'm sure there's a much more highbrow technical way that this is worded out that my brain cannot do. But, of note, Ralph, all of these files that you can get the metadata on belong to the company you worked for.
This is interesting.
But unfortunately, that is all you are able to glean from the computer. Whether or not it's by the process of deletion or merely the erosion of time at work, you aren't able to extract anything else.
28.
So yeah, so this thing was in operation for a good deal of time. Supposedly. Or at least the data it's spanning it's quite a long span. And we know that humans were still in control for, at the very least, about 400 years afterwards. Of course, we don't know if we were all taken from the same point in time, but since we all have similar memories of how society used to be, it must have been around the same time. But yeah, I would deliver all this. But then kind of followed up and so I can say, of course, we don't know how long it's been since then. And I suspect that this star they're fighting that is the same dark star, the satellite. And apparently this place was built to fight it. So, and actually, it's like he realizes something right then. So he might find whatever they built with the purpose of fighting it here. I motioned to the stairs, maybe even down there.
Tucker kind of thinks about it for a bit, and then ponders out loud. Geez, I thought we went to a new world or something, but maybe this is the same world in the future? I don't know. Time travel doesn't make a lot of sense, but yet everything seems to be pointing towards that.
Oh, wasn't expecting this when I suggested we go looking here. Mawile smiles sheepishly. But at least it's something. And better finding something useful than just dusty old relics, right?
Yeah. I forget. Did I confide in Mawile about the Dark Star, what it was and all that?
No.
Yeah, Mewtwo said not to, so.
Yeah, Mewtwo told me not to, but I don't necessarily know what he's doing.
He was always watching.
So at this point, I would say that her learning about the whole like star thing and the mention of the Dead Star, I'm pretty sure at this point, she is now in on it, and I feel like Ralph would have been like, "Well, screw it, she already knows. Give brief explanation so that she's not in the dark."
It's kind of hard to leave her out of it now.
Yeah.
Yep. And she is taking it all in stride, mind you. Like somebody who's been through a world-ending crisis should.
Yeah, it's like, so this is the world-ending crisis that wiped out my species. Except we lost.
It's like, oh, so it's a Tuesday situation. Got it.
I want to mention, too, ever since they got in here, Tucker's been kind of noticing how, oh, wait, this is stuff from, like, my past and stuff from human history, and Tucker's been pretty quiet about most of it for a while, but now that Ralph is expository more information stuff, Tucker is just really coming to terms with, oh wow, this isn't like another world, this must be the same world but in the future.
I'm pretty sure Mewtwo told us that too, but it could just now be sinking in, yeah.
Oh,
Mewtwo!
Yeah, I made that conclusion when we saw Mewtwo, asked him, and he actually told us.
Mewtwo made implications, especially to a few of you that he knew you.
Oh, I kind of remember that. I think that flew over Tucker's head a little.
Which makes sense. Tucker never met you two, so... It was mostly aimed at two of the party.
I can read this in a second. Well, regardless, if there's a weapon in here against our enemy, then we should check it out. Maybe it even still works.
Hopefully it works and is effective. I guess only one way to find out.
Indeed.
Does Reda have any thoughts?
Ryda is kind of taking in what you're saying, but also trying. Like, they're listening and paying attention, but they're also trying to, like, focus on not, like, having their head hurt from the information.
Oh, yeah.
Like, yep, you guys from the past, and yep.
Back from the past, back from the past. But my name's not Jack.
Oh, there was actually a good question in the chat. People said Mewtwo was watching us, but Mewtwo can't watch us down here because of all the anti-psychic stuff, maybe?
Oh,
Correct.
that's true.
Mm-hmm.
This, I
Pretty
believe,
sure that
was
was
brought
brought
up
up before.
previously.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it
Besides,
was.
he
but
can't.
to reiterate.
Yeah. Besides, he can't
Like a month. I don't
talk to
remember
us.
either.
It's a one-way video feed, essentially, ain't it?
Yeah.
It's a good thing he can't hear you.
Downstairs.
Oh, that means
What's he
doesn't
gonna
know that
do,
we're
leave
telling
the
secret
tower?
tomorrow, too.
Touche. Touche, Ralph.
Oh, what'd you say? I missed that.
I said, what's he gonna do? Leave the tower and come get me?
I need something else.
Pardon me as I move things around.
No, it's quite okay.
Me just making sure I have everything. Okay. If everyone wants to grab their pieces back, I'm going to start very carefully deleting question marks. As soon as I get promoted, actually. Thank
Sorry
you.
about that.
Nope, I forgot.
I gotta say, as a whole, the team is handling the whole revelation of time travel pretty well.
Well, I mean, what choice do you have?
Not much of one.
Yeah. Brooke's already accepted the end of her old life, so not much point dwelling on it.
Tucker's been busy trying to figure out his old life still. So maybe not, hasn't moved on. It's hard to move on from something you don't understand fully.
That's fair.
I'm sorry, there's not a security door there.
But there's certainly been more and more being remembered over time. Especially that last stream.
Shall I take it that once you all have been sufficiently settled and able to digest some of this new information, you head downstairs?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's logical.
Oh, where'd the party icon go?
At
So
the
down
bottom.
there.
Oh, thank you. As you descend into the lower level, you find yourselves rounding a bend. And there you find another security checkpoint, by the looks of it. The auxiliary power still seems to be on, but thankfully it doesn't appear as though the security measures have been activated. It's entirely possible that you've deactivated them wholesale.
I suppose we just see if we can't open it, like, as normal.
Luckily for you, the door opens just fine, leading you to a cross-section. And we can move on to Dungeons 2 number 28, because now is a good time to move back to that song.
28. Okay.
Down here, things seem a little more advanced. It's hard to put your fingers and paws on it. There's something about the air of this second level that feels much more intricate. It's not just the clean, clinical walls of some sort of office building or server farm. This feels like a place where things happen. And you now have a choice of direction. To your left and right, you see the familiar frames of where security doors would come down. And ahead of you, it looks like there is another set of doors. The sliding kind. Currently open, mind you, but you can see the interlocking bits around the frame of the doorway, poised to shut if necessary.
Alright.
Shall we take a right?
Stick to the right wall when
Yeah.
it comes to mazes.
Or the left.
Alright.
You just have to be consistent.
Alright, hug one direction. That works for me.
Wait, is right better for mazes than left for some reason?
No.
No, I just like right better.
Oh, okay.
Let's see.
Both
here.
work, as long as you're consistent.
As I briefly look through the tiles again. Because Hydra's tiles are lovely.
Thank you.
Where is it? You know what, we'll do this. As you make a right, you make your way through what appears to be some sort of security antechamber. Each entrance and exit to it are marked by the security doors. This is probably to catch things that are otherwise not supposed to go through. Though, unfortunately, that means that people can also get trapped in there. Sometimes to their benefit. Some of you have seen certain movies. But, as you proceed through, you come upon a room unlike any of the others that you've seen thus far. Around the wall, starting with the furthermost wall and wrapping around in a sort of L formation, is a series of machines. Most of them look like arms, now still, with various parts, tools, and hands on their ends. along with what appears to be a conveyor belt. And along that conveyor belt are pieces of something in various stages of assembly. And off in the corner, there are several mostly completed, what look to be suits of armor. These suits, however, appear like they're almost fitted on top of mannequins of a sort. So, unfortunately, it's going to have to be everyone but Ryda, because I don't think Ryda has read any sci-fi novels.
Damn. Unfortunate, but yet, no, definitely not. They're more of a facts person, not fiction.
That's fair. So I guess it's more appropriate to say for the humans in the group. Sorry to exclude you, Ryda. Give me an insight logic check. Oh,
Rough.
wow! These rolls make the most sense. And here I was thinking of how difficult it would be to explain this to Tucker, and poor Tucker doesn't even know. Brooke, you vaguely recall that these look similar to certain Pokemon, but you cannot place it. Ralph, however, these are artificial soldiers. These were only theory when you were alive. Something that would prevent people from using Pokemon for war, from fighting war themselves. And
Murder
of course,
drones.
yep, haha, reference. But also limitless applications outside of war. It's just, the inevitability of technology.
Yeah, automatons, like full-on autonomous droids.
Androids, automata, machina, whatever people wanted to call them. You recognize it. Interestingly, Ralph, you're the only one who notices this detail, but among the group of 3 mostly completed ones, there are 2 of one type and 1 of another. They have the same relative build, but one seems bulkier somehow.
Interesting. One slightly bulkier. I mean, it's not unheard of that slightly different models, even if they're built really close to each other, would be built slightly different.
While you 3 are deciding...
Because you wouldn't have brought up the detail otherwise, so I feel like it's significant, but I can't put my finger on it.
Heh. Well, while the humans are figuring out what to do with this information, hey Ryda.
Yeah.
Give me an insight survival alert.
Oh.
Because you would probably be on super high alert still.
Yeah, and when I think Tucker just sees this as like, oh, is this like nice and shiny armor or something? He's not understanding it.
Why did I imagine
I'd
Tucker
say
going...
decently so.
Ooh. I was going to say, I can imagine Tucker going, "Are these Power Rangers?" So, with that roll, Ryda, holy crap.
Good roll.
That's 5. So with that roll, Ryda, you will notice that off to the side there's a partially completed one of these things. And you notice that its visor is not empty like the others. There are a pair of red eyes watching you.
Well, Ryda's not going to make any bit of a scene, but sort of just walk over to Brooke non-discreetly and just sort of look as if they're looking intently at what Brooke is looking at, and just sort of whisper to the side, it appears one of the visors are watching us.
Brooke's gonna look around.
You can also make an insight survival alert check. So, you don't notice that one in particular,
Mm-hmm.
but you do notice very briefly from the corner of your eye as you turn to look, there is a flicker of color from one of the ones in the group. But when you look back, it's gone.
Brooke will approach it. And kind of tap on it with a claw. Say, "Hello, anyone in there?"
Brooke, no.
Hey Brooke, call odds or evens and roll a die.
Odd.
Oh no.
Alright, it's on odd. The red eyes that Ryda saw before briefly flare to life in the completed suit. And it's going to try and grab you.
Damn it. I knew I
Let's
should have just
see.
bonked it.
Your instincts were correct. Okay, that's a strength fight brawl. Oh boy.
This was a very Brooke thing to do, though.
Yes. Oh boy, this is the wrong one to do that.
No. I should have just bonked and hear me trying to be subtle and be like, "Hey, Brooke, I noticed something. Maybe I should give you intel to see what you think to do about it." Nope.
You know
Next
what
time,
I do,
just
Aurora.
bonk it. Just bonk it.
Okay, I'll try and evade that. Yeah, Brooke will take a step back.
You back up just in time as it lurches forward past the other two, and then it clenches its hand. A swirl of fire coming around its wrist like a ring and launching at you. So we're gonna do...
Is it rocket punching me? Oh my god.
Or not.
Okay, Dice, thanks!
Yeah, that's what I said. earlier.
Yeah.
Thanks!
Sorry.
Alright, well, fine. Unfortunately, it looks like this one was not finished enough to be able to launch whatever that is, so the fire sputters out, the color flickers. Please don't botch dice.
It's old and
Imagine a
creaky.
puff of smoke. Just
Yeah, it realizes midway through doing that it's not going to work, and then suddenly the android goes dark again. Just like the color is snuffed out.
the rider will proceed to tear it apart.
Oh.
We're not having any of this. I'd like to, roll psychic to basically, rip this thing's head off if I can.
Go for it.
Okay. Also, I think during this, Tucker would have probably waltzed up to try a stiff one, but when all the commotion happened, would probably back off again.
Well, there's a bit of a, metallic groaning noise as you try to psychic the head off. But the best you manage to do is dent the helmet.
Damn.
Brooke will wave his hand and say, "Whoa, wait a minute. We're not trying to break anything here."
It was just trying to attack you. Would it not be best to disable it?
I mean, I did kind of get up in its face. Besides, I don't think whatever was in there is in there anymore.
Tucker kind of pipes up and goes, "Well, didn't Ralph say something about a weapon? These might be that? They seem kind of old and creaky, and they don't seem very nice, but maybe we should keep them intact until we understand them better or something."
Yeah, I'd pipe in on what these most likely are. That they're robots, and then I would turn to the people who don't know that word and say, artificial life form. No. Living toy? No. Yeah. Yeah, but he would go on to explain, a weapon. It's most likely a weapon that was built so that it could fight, and an actual Pokemon or an actual person wouldn't have to.
Mawile gets this look of thought, and then she, makes a fist and pats it on the palm of her other hand. Oh, it's like a more advanced version of a ball toy.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, except these are not alive at all. They're just made to behave like they're alive.
More like misbehave. She folds her arms and resists the urge to poke another one of the partially completed androids.
As demonstrated briefly, it's pretty dangerous to activate them, given that their programming could be just as corrupted as the computers.
You think there's a chance you could reprogram it?
I bite one of my nails a little bit, maybe. This stuff was far beyond where technology was at when I was alive. They're probably programmed in a language that wasn't invented until after I was, shall we say, displaced.
Brooke looks around and says, well, it doesn't seem to be attacking still, so let's keep looking around and see if we can find any more information.
Then Ralph kind of giggles to himself as we're moving along again. It'd be funny if even 400 years later, some companies for some godforsaken reason still use Java, and these guys are just programmed in Java still after 400 years.
Oh God, I hope not.
It occurs to me, Ralph.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but it occurs to me, Ralph, that internally, Ralph is going to realize it's a minor miracle that any of the command codes that you know worked on the computer terminals upstairs.
They forgot
Good
to,
thing you're still using Windows.
expire them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, I feel like there's no reason to think that some version of DOS won't be used perpetually as, like, a understructure, no matter how crazy the, like, actual the operating system you're actually interacting with is. I feel like there's no reason to think DOS would change too much. But yeah, it is a small miracle because it has been quite a long time.
Hey, Car, are there any partially constructed, like, heads for
Yes,
these things?
there are a few, in fact.
Could I get one of those?
You may take one if you so choose. Allow me to make you a card. I should note one thing that you do notice, Ryda, is that nothing here is just a bare bones part. These are all things that have been created, and this is just a place where they're being assembled.
Hmm.
I do feel like even with that role I got, the Tucker would understand what a robot is a little bit when it's explained. There's machines that was in his old world too, so it's kind of just another machine. It's just a little more like a human machine.
That is-
like Pokemon, I guess.
Sorry, I was going to say if that isn't the most accurate way to describe an android.
Mm-hmm.
But you all are looking for information. So, Brooke, you specifically were looking for info, right?
Yeah.
Well, there's stuff that is labeled in what is probably technical jargon for you. But you do happen to find a terminal. This one is on a podium on the left side wall, and it seems to be integrated into the podium so someone can't say, take the bits and bobs and move them elsewhere.
Who would do that? Well, Brooke will start searching, pecking through the keyboard, see if anything happens.
Well, you managed to get it awake. And on the screen, in big brackets above and below, it says Maglock active. 1 of 2.
Maglock.
Interesting.
Like a magnetic lock. Brooke will mutter to himself. Can he do anything on that screen, or is it just a label?
When you try to do stuff on the screen, it asks if you want to deactivate the mag lock.
Yes.
Ah, that's easy. It has a Y/N question mark.
You will punch in Y and hit enter.
It makes a little noise. Bleep. And then it takes you to what looks like a desktop screen, except way more bare bones than the one that Ralph brought up. It looks like there are some programs available on this terminal to help run this particular room. If you've ever messed with CAD, there is a program like that.
I think Brooke would just randomly select one, see what it does.
Oh,
Okay. Give me a coin flip, basically. Or an evens odds, if that's easier.
Sure, we'll... Should I call it?
Evens, okay. So, with the help of the keyboard, because there is no mouse, everything is selected using the arrow keys, which is real awkward. Almost like it's supposed to make sure nobody makes mistakes. But Brooke ends up selecting Assemble Run -C.
Oh.
Alright then. Apparently there is enough auxiliary power to at least start the process, as there's this rumbling hum, and the conveyor belt begins to move very slowly and kind of jerkily. And some of the mechanical arms begin to move very sluggishly. And then there's this sound of as it stops again. And on the screen it flashes power insufficient. However, from an opening in the wall came another of the helmet pieces on the beginning end of the conveyor belt. The exact same helmet that Ryda picked up, actually, in type.
Okay. Brooke will click on a different program.
You get a little error noise. Insufficient power to run.
Alright. Looks like we can't do anything here without power. I assume these robots can't either.
I would have a way to power them up. Maybe. But... could be dangerous given the circumstances.
Well, this is just the first room. We can look around.
Yeah, let's, yeah. Like, if there's already... Yeah, there's already so much here.
Uh-oh, a roll.
oh,
It's fine.
Is this a dead-end room?
Yes, it's a dead-end room. There is no exit here.
Alright. Brooke's gonna head back towards the intersection.
okay. Tucker's gonna follow.
Actually, question, Tucker. What have you been doing while they've been trying to mess with things?
Oh, well, mostly just sniffing around, see if there's any interesting scents in this room. These robot things probably don't have a ton of smells, but just seeing if there's anything that can't be picked up visually.
It smells of metal and a little bit of oil. Go ahead and give me an insight survival alert, Tucker.
Okay. Tucker would be kind of walking around a little bit too. Probably not with the rest of the group during their time in the room. A little bit of wandering.
Are you sure that's all the dice you have?
No, wait, oh, sorry. I just completely forgot my alert for some reason. Let me add that.
I was going to say, that looks like a very small roll for one of your best.
Oh, that's 5 then.
Yes. You're sniffing around, and for a moment you think that one of them has come to life, but really it's just the conveyor belt jerking on one last little bit of power.
Yeah.
Is that everything that everyone wanted to do in this room?
Indeed. We
Yeah,
always
I think-
go back.
'Cause
As we leave the room, Ryda's gonna do one last thing. Actually, how big is like the doorway out of here?
It
Is
is
like
one
a
of-
single doorway, or
It is a single doorway. It's one of the security doors.
okay?
So when security happens, it is going to shut and be a bulkhead.
Well, this is more of just a precaution, but as we leave, Ryda's gonna like find a piece of, I don't know, like a pipe or something, and just have it like balanced so it's standing straight upward, so you could easily like push it over. But yeah, they're just gonna leave that there in the doorway, just in case. Let's say something tries to follow us, it might topple it over and signal us.
oh, except the noise trap.
I
Yeah.
love this idea, and it's super funny to me. I'm sorry. I probably shouldn't be laughing at it, but I just find something so funny about this and how effective it is.
Tucker's gonna be one of the last ones leaving
Simple
the room.
and effective.
Tucker's gonna be one of the last ones to leave the room and sees you do that, and will walk over and tuck their head, and he's gonna go, "Is this a game?"
No, it is a precaution. In case one of those things try to follow us. If it goes through the door, it might knock over this piece and alert us.
Oh, that makes sense. It would make a lot of noise, wouldn't it?
Indeed.
Tucker nods, satisfied.
And then they head over with the group.
You all make it back to the crossroads without any incident. But which way do you go now?
According to the right rule, we go straight ahead.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
No objections.
Straight ahead, as in the direction you're facing, or straight
North.
ahead to
North.
your right?
Yeah, north. Yeah.
North. Okay, I'm making sure.
Yep.
Through a door similar to the one you originally came through when you passed the security checkpoint, you enter into a relatively wide hallway that is lined on either side by completed versions of these androids. And there are two distinct types. There is one that has a pair of bulky pauldrons, and one whose arms seem to terminate in rough blades.
Ugh.
They do not appear active. And at the end of the hall is a currently shut bulkhead.
Well, Tucker's gonna hesitate entering all the way, since the half-completed ones got a little uppity, and these ones look a lot more completed, so little hesitation.
I'm going to guess that mag lock that I unlocked is on this door. I'm a Pokemon trainer. I've done puzzles in gyms before.
Don't mind me.
Squints.
No, go ahead. You're all free to make an insight survival alert if you like.
Yeah, Tucker's gonna definitely do that.
Yeah. Very much sus of this room.
Same roll.
Does Brooke also want to do a perception check?
I'm debating it. Because I don't feel like he has any reason to be wary right now.
Fair enough.
Because of the
What about-
power thing, maybe, yeah.
What about Ralph? Unless he got pulled away. Or is muted.
Not muted.
That's a good question, though. Tubby? I guess he did get pulled away.
That's
I
okay.
suppose, in the meantime, could I ask, the layout of this room and the way these, like, robots are laid out, is it more of, like, a storage room for these guys, or more like it's a hallway with, like, suits of armor would be laid out?
Hallway suits of armor, which also, hey, Ryda. Do you want to give me a Oh, what's a good memory check for you? How about Insight, Logic, Will?
Alright. Insight, logic, will. Also, I'm gonna be honest, I did not think of that. I was just like, if this is like laid out like a, you know, a hallway with armor, surely those are like guards for whatever this is. It just didn't even cross my mind.
You're sure getting flashbacks to somewhere looking awful similar to this. Just this nice overlay on your vision of, instead of there being like these sleek, high-tech metal walls and floors and stuff, it's all made of like stone with a nice carpet, and there being like banners hanging from the ceiling.
This must be memories.
Ryder just sort of looks somewhat confused and in awe before like shaking their head trying to refocus.
Hey, that helmet that you grabbed, that I assume is like tucked under your arm or something, that sure is changed to being like a medieval knight's helmet with a pair of holes in it that sure would fit your horns.
Oh, great.
Oh,
Because I suppose in that case, Ryder would sort of be interested, like, I wonder if this fits, and tries to put it on.
Clonk. And the illusion is broken, because this thing is not a helmet that you can wear. Yet.
I mean,
Oh, yep, nope.
I know you're always trying to get ahead in every situation, but, you know, in this case, yeah, I don't think it works.
hey, Tuppy, were you around earlier when we were asking you things?
I had a phone call briefly.
Oh, okay.
That's okay.
I was trying my best to listen to both.
Oh, it's alright.
It's okay.
Did you have anything you want to do in this room? Is Ralphus doing anything?
Did you want to do a perception check?
Yeah, see if there's anything too awful interesting.
Insight survival of it, please. I'll give you a hint. Roll higher than 2.
I ought to
That's
be able
exactly
to.
2.
It's
Oh.
fine.
That's good.
That's a 6.
Yep. Oh, actually. Oh boy. Haha.
Haha.
Well, Brooke doesn't seem to be thinking much of this place, probably not feeling terribly threatened in spite of being the one who was attacked. It's fine. It's probably just part of the gym mechanics. This was totally a weird gym, right? There would totally have been a gym like this.
Maybe.
That would have been neat, actually, if there were a gym like this. But no, of course there
Yeah,
wasn't.
things got pretty weird after Pokemon Ketchup and Mustard.
So, Tucker and Rida, you're going to notice that along the left side, 3 suits of armor down, one of them is active. It's a pair of red eyes watching you. Ralph, you're going to see the red eyes. You're also going to see one with violet eyes all the way at the end on the right side, watching.
Indeed. Suppose, we'll communicate this to the party. Heads up. That one, motion to the red one, and that one. And try it subtly, like I'm not gonna shove my hand out. I don't know how advanced these things are. That one and another one. They're at the end of the hall. They're watching us.
Give me a Dex survival stealth roll to see how stealthy you are on that.
Yeah, to see if I can communicate this information without communicating that I am aware I'm being watched.
Let's see. 6 and a 5. Okay.
I have pretty solid fiddle farting rolls.
I'm sorry, did you say
Hey.
fiddle farting?
I
Yeah.
was trying to process that too. Is that what he said?
Wow.
Doing random bullshit in roleplay rolls.
Random.
You know what? I've never heard that before, but it makes perfect sense.
It does. It just burnt me for a bit. Also, the dice have decided that you succeed.
You definitely
Nice.
fiddle farted.
RNG privilege go.
Okay, Brooke's gonna be a little more wary now.
Oh, okay, Brooke, you can also make an insight survival alert now.
Interesting that they have different eyes. Are they like different eyes and different models, or is it like the same models but different eyes?
Different eyes, different models.
Okay.
Oh, where is it? Oh, right, and that one only has 6 for it. Okay, Brooke. So, as you're looking out, you don't see the red pair of eyes, but you do see the lavender eyes move up from the end to only being 2 suits of armor away from the entrance. It briefly flickers out from the one at the end, and they light up on the closer model.
And Brooke will say, "There's nothing we can do in here. Let's go to the other room." And back away.
Tucker, who didn't completely enter the room anyways, is perfectly okay with backing away.
Very well.
As they're leaving, Brooke will mention that it seems like whatever is controlling these things can jump from suit to suit.
Perhaps it is more Rotom.
Says Rida with murderous intent.
Oh yeah, Raya's gonna be a bit short on another Rotom, probably.
Making surrogate soldiers piloted by Rotom seems counterintuitive to me.
Oh, as they leave, Tucker looks for another metal pipe.
I was thinking about it too, but I'm like, there's probably no metal pipes in here, right? Just fully fledged robot suits.
I mean, if you think about it, they probably don't need to physically move at all.
Yeah, plus I doubt that corridor is going to move much, because that seems more of a defensive corridor of you enter there, they fight you, rather than them pursuing it.
Did that also dead end, or did it keep going past them all?
There's
There's
a locked door at the end.
Yes, there's a security bulkhead that is shut at the end.
You know what we should do? Here. Boop. We're using little red dots to indicate dead ends, so
Yes, you're right. I apologize.
just remembered that. There.
There we go.
All right.
And since I know you guys are going to follow the right-hand rule, you are going to come across a room very similar to the one on the right side. Except this one appears to be for creating and assembling the pieces for the parts that the right side uses. There are machines here that look like they are used to mill parts. And I get the distinct feeling that Ralph would be the only one that would know anything about this. So Ralph gets a insight smart logic roll to determine the uses of these machines. Because machines like this don't tend to change overly much across the decades.
Yeah. Like, yeah, you can walk into a machine shop in 20 years, 200 years, and still get the jibe that it's a machine shop. Wait, shit. I forget what I'm rolling.
It's insight smart and logic.
Alright.
Total of 10.
Not too shabby.
Not shabby at all. This is some rather impressive machining tech. And whatever metal it is they're working, looks like it's probably real durable.
Interesting. I kind of pick it up and... Oh, yeah. The implications. We could figure this out.
We do know a blacksmith.
Mawile, of course, is immediately just going around with absolute fascination in her eyes, picking up every piece of scrap she thinks she can put in her bag. You know, like a little loot goblin.
Oh, she's so cute.
Tucker also explores this room, because this one doesn't look like it has anything that can be punchy.
Oh, yeah. Are there any robots in here?
There are not.
Okay. Brooke's gonna look for another terminal like the other one.
Alrighty. Those of you who just want to look around the room, you can go ahead and do an insight survival alert. As for Brooke, you are going to find another terminal. This one also has the maglock screen, but instead of 1 of 2, it says 2 of 2.
He will type Y.
Maglock deactivated. And once again, you'll get to a home screen. However, this one does not have processes to run, because it seems like this room needed to be manned. However, there are what look to be notepad documents.
Rook will read one.
Date? I don't know. I have been down here too long to know what day it is. Technically, I'm not supposed to use this as a personal terminal, but nobody else is really using it for anything, and we stopped automating this process after the incident. And since I don't have a computer upstairs anymore, well, this will have to do. And that's the end of that one.
Okay. Next one.
Date I don't know number 2. Unfortunately, the first line of the Avid project is an abject failure. We're lucky that we didn't have our location discovered. So, back to the drawing board. We're going to have to line the parts with something to stop the star from interfering. Oh, right. Little side note here. Do not like that they have automated the assembly line on the other side. That seems like a security hazard. And that's the end of that one.
Lining something. Brooke mutters to himself. He'll try the next one if there is.
Yep, there's another. Date, I don't know, however many after 2. We are exhausted. We've been trying to get the Avid units to not get influenced by the Dark Star. It's been a process, but at least we've created an insulated testing chamber. Hooray! ... Back to the drawing board again. Next up is prototype 35L. And the last one is an audio file.
I think Brooke will be fully on alert now and glance around to make sure none of the robots are nearby. Again.
Your abundance of caution is appropriate. Feel free to make an insight survival alert.
Was Brooke reacting because of the whole insulation thing?
Hey Ryda, what are you doing while Brooke's on the computer?
Well, I was gonna have Ryda be sort of in this like elbow of the hall, sort of looking into the room to keep an eye on you guys, but also down the hall to see if, just to make sure nothing comes this way.
That might be smart.
Because at this point, Ryda does not trust those robots at all.
Give me an insight survival alert at a -4. Okay. Well,
Is
you
that
don't
weird?
see anything, and it doesn't sound like any of them are pursuing. And as for you, Burke, you also don't see anything out of place.
Do I see Rita?
You can see Rita. You do get the distinct feeling you're being watched, but that's probably just your nerves, right?
So Tucker's attentiveness on looking through the room depends on if there's anything that Tucker can be like, oh, I kind of know what that part is, you're saying. But probably most of this stuff isn't that way, right?
Well, you do recognize a completely finished pauldron and one of the finished, arm pieces that's mostly assembled.
Oh, like one of the blades?
Yeah.
Oh.
Man, those pauldrons are big. You could use them like a bowl. You might even be able to curl up in it if you were a Pucciana again.
Brooke will play the audio file.
Okay.
Is there anything that Ralph is doing in this room, or is Ralph just helping Mawile?
Ralph would almost certainly read those files as well. And can I glean whether or not this wing here made all of the parts, like both the moving parts and like the circuits or whatever controls these things?
So it's weird. You haven't seen anything resembling circuitry when it involves the parts for the androids that you've already seen. You do see circuits, but you don't ever see them in combination with the parts that are even partially completed. Because there's clearly soldering equipment and stuff necessary to create circuitry.
Yeah, complex circuits. So I still haven't pieced together how the brains are connected to the brawn in these things.
It does occur to you, Ralph, that it's possible that this may have been one of several connected facilities. Because it would make sense. There's no way they could just get the materials here magically. Somebody would have had to have brought them.
Indeed.
So it's possible some of the more delicate things were made elsewhere.
Yeah. Hey, and in his head, he's trying to work out the possibility of restoring some of these, maybe even building new ones. But it's being that this technology was out so long after he was alive, and almost certainly is highly specialized training. Like, he's like, oh, I don't like my odds.
Yep.
Yeah, so he'll leave it alone.
Okay.
Yeah. Though I do wonder, and I'll pick up a small enough sheet of the metal. They talked about a coating, something that would block the star's influence. Sounds pretty clear-cut to me that the Dark Star was messing with the programming of these things. I wonder if they ever reached the material that blocks it. I imagine so. I've never seen metal quite like this. It's not aluminum he's holding it. It's not silver.
Well, while Ralph ponders that, and by the way, Ralph, you have picked up one of the lighter plates that seems to go with the pauldrons, given the color scheming. This one is slightly warm to the touch. But while you ponder that, Brooke, to answer Tucker's question, do the blades have a handle? No. These were likely made to be affixed to the arm of the specific android model, so they don't have a handle. It's also a little weird. They look like blades, but they've got this segment between their parts that's kind of empty looking, almost.
Huh. Like a notch?
Sort of. Very odd looking.
Tucker would probably try to take one if they're not super huge and there's a way they could store it.
Okay, Doug.
Do I need to do a roll to not cut myself or something since it has no hand?
Nope.
Okay.
It does look like it's sharp, but also it's not nearly as sharp as you imagined it to be.
And this metal is weird. Nobody can figure out what it is right now, right? So maybe
Correct.
It's useful, so maybe I should grab it.
I've added it to your inventory.
Thank you.
Right, let's get to Brooke plays the audio file. Okay. There's static overlaying this voice. It's an obviously feminine voice, a woman who is panicked, who is breathing heavy. Our location has been compromised. We finally got it to work. And now this. All we have to do is put it through its paces and then production. And maybe there's a crackling noise that comes across, distorting what she says next. The prototype is ready. Please let this work. Don't let all these years be for nothing. There's this oppressive static that follows for the next 20 seconds, and the file ends.
Ooh. Megalore.
And that played loud enough for all of us to hear, right?
It did. It was very loud.
Oh.
And it's at this point that you all realize this facility has been eerily quiet.
Tucker looks pretty shaken up with the audio log. After all, Tucker's pretty good at the emotional stuff, so hearing that lady talk kind of shook him a little bit.
Yeah, this is... So they built it. They were getting close. They were real close. They were ready. But then their location was compromised. So the Dead Star knows of this facility. We know that.
Rook takes a breath and grips a fist. Sounds like they managed to do something. I'll bet it's behind that door. Let's go get it. But prepare for a fight.
Right.
Tucker nods.
By the way, Ryda, that audio file was loud enough you heard it in the hall.
That means these things probably heard it too.
Like playing a loud video at 3 a.m. And it's like, oh no, that's waking up everyone.
So what do you do now?
What are our orders, Captain?
Well, time to storm the castle. Go back to the middle hallway.
Yeah, there's not much else to do here, I'd say. So Tucker would probably head back to the middle. While being wary, because... yeah.
You head back to the middle. Unless there's anything else y'all would like to do with the parts room, which, Bawile is reluctant to leave, because she couldn't really take the androids with her. She can take the parts with her.
Indeed,
Oh,
indeed.
yeah, they're smaller and easier to store.
Should we set up another pipe?
Oh, there's not really
Tucker will
nothing
go.
to...
Tucker will look at that other pipe that Ryder set up to see if it's still up to standing.
It has not moved when you go to check it.
You know what? Yeah.
Good call, good call.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't want
Should we
to.
go back to the middle route then?
Yeah, let's get a pipe in between. We don't want a saw situation.
You step into the middle. This time they don't try to hide their presence. It is a pair. One, the bulky shouldered model, bearing pauldrons of gleaming gold and eyes of red. The other, this one with somber lavender, and from its arms blades of ghostly flame.
Oh.
The pair furthest at the end have moved forward to block your path. Let's re-roll initiatives, shall we? And you can make your decisions from there.
Ooh, cool. Oh, damn it.
Oh. The best.
Ah yes, and please remember to type in your totals if you don't mind.
Oh, wait, no, that's a lot of people.
Wait a minute. Claire makes a good point.
What's that? Oh, which armor Pokemon? Oh.
That would be cool if it was. It actually makes sense if it is the Armourouge, and I don't know what the other one's called.
I think
Parts
this
are
area
called
was made
Armourouge.
before that release, but possibly.
Oh, right, that's how evasion is supposed to work. I'm dumb.
Hmm?
Okay.
Probably
It's
just really,
it's
okay.
it's the flat die roll plus whatever you have. Oops.
Oh, right, yeah.
Oh, Armourouge and
Initiative.
Cerulege. Actually, I think that it was intentional.
Cerulege, yep.
This was intentional by Car.
Oh, cool.
Because Armourouge has big pauldrons. And
Oh, that is true.
Cerulege has
Okay.
big
It was
blades.
before. Yeah, ghostly blades.
Yeah.
That should have been the giveaway.
Okay.
Also, I was wondering because I'm like, the red one is probably fire. So what's the purple one? Maybe ghost or psychic. Yep.
I'll put them on table real fast.
I may have laid it on a little thick at the end there.
No. It was good. It was good because it got the gears turning, and it was like, oh, that makes sense.
So does the metal
Okay.
get all hot and fiery for the blades? Oh.
Yeah, they look cool.
I have been waiting to use these forever, by the way.
I'm gonna keep these on tape.
Q.
Sterile Edge and Armor Rouge. I get it.
Okay. Pardon me. Oh. Sorry. Tucker goes before Model C.
Fast.
Dang,
Maximum
that's
initiative.
impressive.
Let's see, Ceruledge.
Little zippy boy.
Now, are these actually the Pokemon, or do they just resemble a little bit?
I don't know.
Oh.
Smile.
Oh, interesting.
Let's see here. I'm going to... So I'm going to start moving you guys' marks on the tracker to the left side for Lucky Chant and Bravado for when you don't have them.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
And that way you can move them to the other side when you do.
Okay, that's a good thought. Okay. Okay. What should I start by doing? Oh, right. Should I change the music?
Yes, actually, thank you. I was so busy setting things up. We want Battle 1 number 27, I believe.
Okay.
I set up ahead of time.
Good.
Yippee.
Oh yes, this one.
Ooh. I like
I was going to save this for the boss fight, but we got other stuff for the boss fight.
We got a lot of boss songs. This one's a little loud, so you might want to turn it down low.
Yes. I will mention...
I always have the music low.
I will mention, for everyone's purposes, the door is open and there are stairways down. You can leave if you want to.
Oh.
That's not ominous.
Okay.
Though right now, they are a bit in front of you.
I think... I'm making a hard decision. Do I want to start with an attack, or do I want to start with a parlay? Since these were made to help, not to harm, technically. Or at least not to harm, humans.
They may be under the influence of the Dark Star, though.
Yeah, maybe.
There's no telling. Why keep around models that can be influenced?
That is fair.
I mean, they did say they had an issue with the Dark Star finding them, so I also don't trust them in the slightest.
But if the Dark Star took control, then why would they just leave them in this dusty old place?
To protect the thing that can defeat them?
Oh, that's a good point. Okay. I'm trying to think if there's a move I could use with trying to reach out to them. But Tucker is going to go ahead and use their first move to try to... I'm trying to think what do you say to robots? Let's see. Okay,
Shut down.
Tucker's going to go ahead and say... is going to stand up straight and say, "Hey, are you guys trying to protect the Dark Star or defeat it?"
Okay. Keywords have been spoken. There's a brief moment where power to the lights in this room goes down, and every android's visor lights up briefly.
Oh.
A V I D. And then all you can see in this dark room are at the end the lights of Model A and Model C. And they drop into a battle-ready stance.
And Tucker will do the same. That's an answer, is it, if I've ever seen one. At least to Tucker.
Does Tucker want to do anything right now, or would you like to hold?
It depends. Was that an end game from Brooke?
No.
Okay. Then Tucker will go ahead and attack, yeah. Gonna lead with... Let's lead... Since there's a bit of distance right now, let's lead with a Dark Pulse.
Alrighty. Are you going to leave it up to chance which one you're hitting, or are you selecting?
Gonna select the Pauldron one. I forgot I could select. Okay. Do I have a penalty since I started with talking?
No.
Okay.
Talking free action.
Alright.
You are not going into a long conversation, so you're fine.
Damn, they're so close to Hydra. They are kind of cool. Ooh, a 6.
They sure are.
That is crit, right?
That would be a crit. Let's see if it can evade.
Okay.
Actually, hang on. I'll use the Doom die for that one.
Doom dice is dash. Okay.
Oh,
tried.
it sure can't.
It tried though. Okay.
It tries to duck under your dark pulse as it rushes in, and you're gonna slam into it with a crit.
Yeah. Determined Dark Pulse. Okay. Let's see. A crit, and I don't know what these guys' types are if they are the Pokemon type. I'm just gonna assume there's nothing.
This one is part psychic, so you will deal 1 extra damage.
Oh, okay.
So a crit means you have 2 more dice.
2 more dice, and I'm also using stab, so that's 1 more die, right?
Stab. Yeah, stab is damage.
Yeah.
Stab is an extra damage die, right? Being
Yep.
rolled?
So that's special plus 6, which for you is
Oh.
9 dice.
That's pretty good.
Let's go, Tucker.
I will also let it be known for Tucker, your title is fully active in this room, which means
Oh.
all your non-dark type moves get +1 accuracy.
Oh, nice. Okay, not the most impressive damage roll, but... Dang. Oh well, no flinch.
No flinch.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see, how much damage is that?
So not a high damage attack, but Tucker is really ready to go. So when this thing charges, it's like, boom, Dark Pulse Wave. And maybe it's not super strong, but it was sit out well.
Your Dark Pulse slams into one of the pauldrons as this thing angles its shoulders to charge, and you find, surprisingly, the dark energy being split like a wave against a blade. It seems barely scratched.
Oh. Wait, against the blade, you say?
Against the pauldron.
Oh, okay.
I should have described it as like a wave against a rock.
Oh, yeah. I get it.
Do you want to do anything else, Tucker?
Okay, it physically charged, right?
Yes, it is currently charging at you. It attempted to duck under, but it's failing.
Okay, and it is charging right through the Dark Pulse? Okay, I'm going to do another thing. I'm going to go ahead and meet its charge with a Crunch attack.
Okay.
Let's see. So that's gonna be -2. Okay. That's pretty good. I guess it can't dodge twice, right? Or can it?
You can dodge more than once, but it's not going to dodge this time.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm meaning it's charged. Okay.
This time, it's going to do something else.
Oh, what's it gonna do?
Let's see. Alright. It's going to conjure up spiraling flames in one hand to meet you.
Oh.
It's gonna clash.
Ah, really?
Wow.
Hang on, let me
Nice.
see a thing. I'm going to have it expend a will point. It is going to clash and meet.
Okay. What does it clash? What does clash do when it meets and when it doesn't meet? I forgot.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's going to have to spend 2 will. You have to score more successes.
Oh wow. Okay.
Right. You will receive an automatic damage, and the user of the clash has to suffer a damage die
Okay.
from your move.
Just
So
one.
go ahead and... Yes. So Tucker will take 1 damage, and
Okay.
if you would not mind rolling a damage die for me.
Yes. Do I still get? Wait. This doesn't. Right. Do I still get the extra added effect roll?
No.
Okay. Oh, and it was a 3, so I didn't damage it.
Unfortunately, as it uses fire spin to cause you to veer your head away.
Ah. Tucker steps back a little bit, staggering a little from the whack to his head. That's gonna be end of turn. But at least Tucker could tell that it had to expend a lot to do that.
Mala is right. Super effective does apply. It
Oh.
would still be chip, and it does take the chip.
Yay, Chip!
Yippee.
Does Tucker want to take any further actions?
Actually, maybe. Let's see. Oh. You know what? Sure. Let's do a, if you don't mind, can I try the move I'm still learning? The Fire Fang Howl.
Alright.
Okay. I forget what we're rolling for that, though.
That would be Dex Fight Channel, I believe.
Okay.
Is it? Wait,
Howl
what's the
uses
thing
Cold
for Howl?
Contest Intimidate.
Oh, yes, sorry. That it would have to be Dex Contest Intimidate, I believe.
Okay. And minus
Chat, I may be swapping between like roll amounts because I can't always remember what it's supposed to be.
It's okay. When I fully learn the move and get a move card, it'll get established at that point.
Yes.
Dex Contest Intimidate. Okay. That's and -4. Okay, just roll the Dex Intimidate then, because contest is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's still a pretty good roll. I think that's probably good enough. What's it gonna do? Oh, I guess it's just a move. It's actually an empowering move and an attack move. So how do we work this?
Unfortunately, even though you get the move off, as you release this howl that sends out this wave of dark flames, but the flames don't seem to do very much, if anything, against your foes. But you do provide everybody in your party a strength buff.
Yeah, that's okay. The reason I decided to do that is not because I thought it would hurt them, but because I was like, okay, I just got fire punched, right? In the face. So I'll just take that heat and apply my own and then mark it back. And that's why. So, yes, +1 for everybody, right?
Yay, strength buff.
At least you didn't botch and buff the enemies.
Yeah. That was a risk, though. But it was worth it to get everybody's strength, I think.
Alright. Well then. Is that your turn, Tucker?
That will be turn.
Alrighty. It's time for Model C. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, in fact, there's 3 of you. Pardon me while I roll a doom die. Alrighty.
I didn't do much that turn, but I still feel like I look kind of cool doing it.
That's what matters.
Yeah.
Oh, I was moving the wrong... I was mixing up Model A and Model C.
Oh.
Oopsie. But that is correct. I'm just going to... So hey, Brooke.
Hi.
You get to see Model C. It whirls around in place and seems to be briefly surrounded by blades of fire before it vanishes. And then it tries to uppercut you with one of its ghost flame blades. Up from the floor. It seems to be coming out of the shadows. Let's see. What is the roll for this?
Oh, the shadows. Oh.
Shadow sneak.
Yep, that's a crit.
Oh.
Yikes.
Oh no!
If that is
From the
Shadow
head
Sneak,
lucky chance.
if that is Shadow Sneak, I feel like I might probably recognize that. If only you had Lucky Chant, but you used it last time, so.
I gotta reset it.
Oh.
Question. Does
Answer.
Ghost Eater apply to Clash?
Yes, it will.
Okay.
Because you would be using a move against a ghost-type target. Specifically this model, too.
Yeah, because the other one's fire psychic.
Oh.
Or typically fire psychic.
What move are you going to use to clash with?
I think just... It's a fire ghost?
Yes. I would recommend using a physical move because your strength is higher.
That's true. I will crunch.
That's a really good choice. So you want to roll your strength, your fight, and your clash.
Okay, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 12. +1 for Ghost Eater and super effective?
Oh, and another one for your wide lens.
Right. 2 more then. But I don't think it's gonna work.
It is 1 short.
And I will.
Will it?
You would need to spend 2 will, but I'd allow it.
I'll do that, yeah.
Because you need to exceed.
I will spend 2 will. To bite the heck out of that blade.
Oh boy. Alright, well it's automatically taking 1 damage, and I guess I need to roll and see if you take a damage.
Roll that plane.
Do I need to roll or?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Take 1
okay.
damage. No, the damage it receives is automatic, but it is affected by super effective, so it should be taking 2.
Alright.
1 automatic damage. And it does take the 2nd damage.
Oh.
As Brooke, you lean back, turn your head to the side, and chomp through that blade, and there's a shattering sound as the ghost flame part of the blade breaks apart and vanishes.
Ooh.
Saitama bite sword.
Crunch indeed.
Alright then.
Both these guys are weak to darkness.
Very well.
I got nicked. I'm gonna add another scar to my face.
That is a terrible roll. But you see as this thing rises up and resumes battle ready stance, the armor goes dark.
Oh no.
It's your turn now, Brooke.
Has the armor stopped moving?
You may make an
Oh,
insight
no.
survival alert check to see if you can find it.
Oh, wait, which one? Which one went dark?
Model C.
Ah, see.
Yeah. Alright. 4, survival alert, 7. It's like the computer puzzle again.
Break
Oh, let's
them
go do
off.
that? Oh, wait.
Let's see.
It's stealthy.
It sure is.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, very stealthy.
You're looking around and trying to look past this quote-unquote dead piece of armor in front of you, but it's not easy. It looks like it positioned itself to block your vision as much as possible.
Oh, that's smart. Wait, they're kind of smart, actually.
However, there is one thing you do notice, Brooke. They've moved away from the door.
It's true. I think Brooke is going to Shatter Shot and try and hit every single piece of armor here.
Aren't they basically like a side to the left and a side to the right of the path? So you might have to pick one.
I'll let him try.
You could try to hit everything in the room.
Yeah, it hits all targets. That's what it's for.
Okay,
Next fight channel.
that's a heck of a shot.
4.
Kaboom.
At a -8 currently because of your action penalty.
Alright.
Ooh, -8.
I will take into account the extra accuracy if it hits,
Okay.
since this is hitting all targets, which includes a ghost.
Alright, well, that might just leave me with 1 die, so I don't think that's actually worth it.
Well, remember your wide lens also provides you another one.
That's true. And wait, my Kyogre Bruges. That's just 2 damage. I forgot that one last
Yep.
time. Oh well. Oh wait, I didn't use a water type in the last turn. Yes, I don't actually. Let's do.
Alrighty. Oh boy. Does this thing have anything it can do? What's Model A got? It's gonna... let's see. So, Model A sees what you're doing, since it's part of this, and it's going to try and clash you in order to at least save its own skin.
Mm-hmm.
And it brings its arms together. The pauldrons slide up and form what looks like a cannon, and it releases this wave of like white and blue fire. So go ahead and take 1 damage as it clashes with Mystical Fire.
Okay.
And feel free to roll me super effective damage on Model A, at the very least.
Right, super effective. Special +4. So that's 8. Plus 2 missing HP. 10. Plus stab, 11.
Hmm? Oh, for the other one.
What do you mean?
Well, the way Clash works is... if you were the one who got clashed, you take 1 damage, affected by super affected, and the other one takes a damage die.
Oh, I see. Sorry. Oop. Damage
Yes,
die.
it is affected by...
Oh, wait. Oh.
No. Unfortunate, but also 1 extra damage, so... Chip, please. It takes Chip.
Oh, okay, right.
However, you do send shards of ice into nearly every armor that's present.
Okay. Which means I can flinch and freeze.
Oh, I see. That's a smart move.
Right this freeze.
Oh!
Oh,
Glad you said right
okay.
this freeze.
Oh, right, because you have 1 of each. Alright, freeze! As Brooke decides to clear the battlefield as much as possible, freezing no fewer than half of the suits in the hallway,
Wow.
causing frost to cling over to their limbs and joints. It's not a perfect freeze, given how wide the scope is. but it certainly lessened their options.
Brooke will basically shout, "Get to the door," to everybody. And he will try to maneuver towards Model A.
Is Brooke gonna do anything else?
I do have some dice left, but not a lot. I'll give a bravado. So 4 minus 6. Good. Everyone has bravado now.
Yay.
Because he's given a command.
And that makes sense, because the moment they moved armors, that meant we were fighting 2, so that meant we were fighting the whole room.
Model A's turn. Nope.
You sure
It
tried.
flickers. It flickers briefly, as if it's trying to do what Model C did and fails.
Interesting.
It staggers briefly in place, but it's got the pauldrons down, holding them up defensively, as if it's trying to hold you off from proceeding. It's Ryda's turn.
Okay. Let's start this off with a lucky chant, of course.
Never leave home without it.
Nope. It's
Well-
12 dice.
If you botch on 12 dice,
Let's see if they
I
bought some
swear.
12 dice.
You botch on 12 dice, we wake up and the whole campaign was a dream.
10 out of 12. Without lucky
Wow.
chant.
I think that dice roll was offended by the statement.
I do believe so. Alright, everybody has Lucky Chant, which should save their die rolls a little bit. Ryda, you may also make a free Insight Survival Alert check to see if you spot Model C.
Okay. So,
You do not.
well, that's 3. But what was its stealth? Like 9?
Is something like 6 or 7. Something big.
Ridiculous. But anyway.
It's almost like they were built for this.
Alright.
What would you like to do,
Wants us
Ryda?
to the door. So, let's get through that door, shall we? I think I'm gonna use Growl to debuff their attack.
Okay. It's worth keeping in mind that Tucker has a few movement options like Shadow Sneak. And he can be joined on that, technically.
The door's wide open.
True.
So Ryder could take him just teleport.
Wow.
Wide open.
Well, that's still at least a 1 because of Lucky Chant.
Good lord.
Arceus.
Wow.
This is why we love the chant.
So there is a problem with that.
Yeah.
One of the model armors directly to your right steps out and astonishes you out of it.
Now, come on. Yes.
You know, if they just stepped out all of a sudden, that would be pretty astonishing. Oh wow, they're there now.
Yep. Hi, Model C was right there.
You jerk. Fine.
On the positive note, it didn't do any damage to you.
Yeah, true.
It was clashing a support move with Astonish.
See, I'm on the fence of like, hey, should I try and do something else or just book it for the door? Because, you know... It feels like a waste to not do more, you know?
Do whatever you feel like.
Okay, I'm gonna go for a double team to increase my evasion.
That's smart, because Model C looks like it's gearing up for something.
Next fight. Evasion.
Because it's raised one arm up, and the blade is extending.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so that's my evasion up by... what is it? 1 or 2? 2.
It's 2.
Good.
Oh right, evasion
I'm gonna
is
need it.
not on here. Oh, that's huge, but that'll work. I know you have the small one, so I was trying to be helpful.
Big evasion.
Thank you, Car. And you said Model C is holding its arms up?
It is holding one of its arms up, and the blade is extending and getting larger.
Just going for a big swipe.
Guillotine, perhaps.
This would be really funny if it works. Can I try to, like, use the knockdown thing to just, like, push it over?
Yeah? I won't stop you.
Don't
Okay,
forget about the
strength.
type of skills. They're actually kind of interesting sometimes.
Trying to fight brawl. Unfortunately, this is a really bad roll for me.
How big are these guys, actually?
Actually, I can't do that because that's all of my dice.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
Damn it.
You can always chance dice it.
Hubris. I feel like I never chance dice it.
Maybe you should then. Just for fun.
Okay, so what's the worst that'll happen if I fail this? Let's go gambling!
Ralph is rubbing off on you.
Yes!
Success!
Never
Also,
punished.
these things are a bit bigger than a human.
Okay. Because I'm just thinking with Rida being not super big. I wondered if knockdown will work.
Yeah, this is why this is difficult.
So what I imagine happens is Raiden notes how big this thing is, and just, like, runs between its legs and knocks at the backs of its knees, forcing it to stop whatever it's doing and get, like, start kneeling.
Yes.
Nice.
And with that forwarded, I'm gonna make my way to the door.
Raida is heading to the door. Oh right, there was bravado.
Ah, cool. Well, I succeeded anyway without the bravado, so I always forget it exists.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm gonna just go to the door now.
Alright, it is Ralph's turn. Model C is very close, and Model A has taken up a defensive position in front of Brooke.
Alrighty. Think I'm gonna go forward and like a truck, like a hit and run truck. We're gonna do a drive-by Giga Impact, I'm thinking.
Smash your way through.
Yeah, essentially Giga Impact on my way to the door. The one in front of Brooke specifically. Yeah, because that one's actively preventing. Plus, that one's in a bit more of a banged up body because they failed their consciousness transfer.
Yep. After this combat, I can tell you guys what it is. But until then, enjoy speculating.
Yeah.
I imagine it's just a similar deal. This is probably what they intended to combat the influence. Like when it started to become compromised, they could just jump. Alright, yeah. Alright, so Dex fight, bro.
Well, be careful, because Giga Impact, it's a recharge move, so you might be a little slower after using it.
Yeah.
It's fine. It just means he's going to eat double action penalty.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Same with charge moves, except charge moves you have to take the action penalty up front.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, and then,
Steamroll.
That's a crit.
Yeah. That's one hell of a crit. Oh, man, and then the countenance on top of that, or the bravado on top of that, just obliterate.
What's that second roll? Or is it all one roll?
That was the bravado.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, alright, so... oh, crap.
You okay?
I, just deleted my text here.
Ah!
Oh no.
I'll
That's
back
fine.
it up later.
Alright, alright, so I have one hell of a strength roll here. Strength plus 6. And 6.
7.
Plus 6. Yeah, how? We all got buffed from Hal.
Yeah. Ah! Those are good.
Stab. There we go. Strength plus 6 plus stab. Oh, and then more. And
Turret.
I can't load.
Okay.
And as a matter of fact, I didn't add the 2 crit die.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
I'm like adding all these numbers up in my head. It's like, okay, I have strength plus 6 plus this buff plus that buff plus.
10.
As I have to look at... Alright. As Ralph, I feel like you just sort of elbow shove Brooke out of the way and clothesline through this armor, causing it to go to pieces as you charge through it, clattering to the ground, and it flickers off.
Out of the way.
Just clang! Just dragging it halfway across the hall.
Well, that worked.
Oh man, that's awesome.
That was really good.
Oh gosh. Bonus points that bounced a little when it slammed into the ground. But yeah, head for the door.
Alright, Ralph is also heading for the door.
Yeah, I just pulverized the only thing in between us.
Sheepus. It's a good thing you didn't go for Model C, because Model C would not have been hurt at all.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I figured its
Ghost.
partial ghost typing would have protected it.
And I helped a little bit with that. Is my howl's not as good as your belly drum, but at least it's something you don't have to do yourself. And also you
Yeah,
have to lose
it
half of
doesn't
your health.
also, yeah, it doesn't take half my HP.
Oh, ding ding!
Ding.
That was really loud. What was that?
Phone
Getting
call.
another
Oh, phone
call.
call.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is okay, because it's Tucker's turn.
Well, 2 phone calls in 1 session. Tubby's very popular today. Okay. Alright, I know what I'm gonna do. It's something I haven't done yet. It's finally time to activate the rocket engines. I have a getaway booster.
Activate.
Oh, you're using Getaway Booster.
Getaway booster. They're like little rockets I have.
Now, keep in mind that if you activate it, now you're not going to be able to use it during an evade later.
I know, but it would help me go to the door, right?
Yes, it would.
I'm gonna use it.
Alright,
There's rocket.
Tucker, you activate the Getaway Booster and you become the Zoomy.
The zoomy. I'm gonna
You
run.
zoom all the way to the end of the hall and manage to deactivate it just in time so you're not, like, tumbling down the stairs,
Oh yeah, that could be bad.
skidding to a halt just at the entrance of the bulkhead, where you can wait for everyone else.
Yeah.
Please, give me an Insight Survival Alert check.
Okay. Six.
As you're zipping
Okay.
past and you skid to a halt, Tucker, you blink a few times and you can see one of the A models awakens.
Oh. Nearby me?
It's not near you, it's somewhere midway down the hall. It's one of the frozen models, and it's currently burning its way through the ice.
Okay. Oh yeah, that really is my only ranged attack, really, Dark Pulse. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead, since I'm just waiting at the door and I gotta wait for everybody else, I'm gonna Dark Pulse that thing. It's not facing me, right? It's facing the other way?
It is not facing you. This thing is unaware that you are behind it.
Okay. Then, I'm gonna spend a little extra time and try to set up a real good Dark Pulse, hopefully hitting harder this time.
Okay. Since you use the Getaway Booster, that will be at a -2.
Okay. Oh, hold on. Alright, and plus 2 dice to next action. Does that apply to the Getaway Booster? Or does it apply to this?
The Getaway Booster does not use a roll unless you're evading,
Okay,
so it will apply to this if you would like it to.
okay. I would like it to.
Alright, you have plus 2 dice, so that negates the penalty.
Good. Alright. Increased chances of a crit this way. Ah, so close! Oh wait, Lucky Chant.
Yippee!
It hit.
Yeah, with Lucky Chant, that should be 1,
crit.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah.
Thanks, Lucky Chant. Thanks, Ryder.
That's what I'm here for.
It worked out perfectly. Then the Bravado use plus the Lucky Chant made it a crit. Ah, great. Worked out perfect. Okay.
So that will be special plus 5, and it will deal additional damage.
Okay. Special plus 5. And is that before stab? Or is that after stab?
Oh, that's before stab, so it's special plus 6. My apologies.
Yep, okay. I'm gonna guarantee damage. Oh no!
Oh no, that's still a total of 3.
Yeah, because of Lucky Chant again.
All right, let's see if the plink.
Why do my crits always do? Why are my crit damage rolls always so low?
Okay, there is still plink.
But there's also this. Come on, work. Ah, 2. Darn! No flinch.
Oh, Alright, is that all Tucker wants to do?
Yeah, there's nothing else really ranged I can do. Hopefully I at least slowed it down a little bit.
Alrighty. It is Model C's turn.
I can't hat. I don't have a hat. I have scarf and bow.
Tucker does not have hat. Alright, Ralph is currently barreling down the hall, Ryda is moving down the hall, Brooke is the only one close enough currently to attack.
Woo.
Yes, let's feed the torrent machine.
Not too much. We don't want another accident now, do we?
Yeah.
You say that as this time it charges again, and the blade becomes this green beam.
Oh.
How much is this accuracy-wise? With that buff,
Could be worse. Could be worse.
Could be worse.
yep, it sure could be. As it makes a heavy swing at Brooke.
Hey, we'll try and duck it.
Oh!
Wow.
Brooke, you duck under this blade as it swings past, and it almost feels like the heat of the sun on your scales. Your coat is now dried out.
Ah.
Doesn't mean it will do 1 damage if he hits me, though.
Yes, this is true.
My dex goes down.
Yeah.
Oh.
And it's gonna try this next. Aw, come on. As it brings both blades out again, and this time they're a brighter color. More of a psionic purple than the ghostly lavender, and it tries to slice at you.
Okay. So now -2, -1. No.
Ooh. That's still 2.
I think I'll just take it.
Are you sure you could spend a will to beat it?
I only have so much will, but I guess I'd never use it. Oh yeah, I'll spend 1 more.
I have so much will, says the Pokemon that went down completely the other time.
That's true.
You don't
but
have
I
so
never
much
use
HP, you have learned that.
Brooke, you
Alright.
push yourself to keep moving on down the hall as this thing swings its blades, and very briefly there's this sort of flurry of violet cuts that appear just where you were. That would have hurt.
Ah.
Alright. That will be Model C's turn. It is now your turn, Brooke.
Can I get through the door?
You can.
Is everyone through the door?
At this point, everyone will have been bolting down the hall. You will be able to get to the door. And we can stop the battle music.
Tucker will go through the door when you go through the door. Tucker was doing Overwatch. Kind of.
I'm hoping there's a way to close the door behind us, basically.
So there is an emergency shut button on that side of the door. It is big, it's behind a thing of glass. It is marked very clearly.
Alright, time to punch it.
Give me a strength roll. We're going to ignore those ones. Yes, Brooke, you are able to punch through the glass and slam into the button. And there's this warning noise of like, as the bulkhead slowly rises back up.
Brooke's gonna salute at the two suits of armor.
They watch Team Cheer as you leave.
Do they try to get through the bulkhead, or they just stop them?
They stopped. Once you passed the frame of the bulkhead, they stopped.
Wow. So they
Fair
really
enough.
were just defending that room.
Interesting.
Like just a directive to defend the door.
We are going to E1 63. Events 1, number 63.
Okay.
No, the very end of it. The very last
Ooh,
of its one.
not what I was expecting.
Oh yeah, this one's cool.
This would also have been appropriate for the second floor.
Good.
Okay. We had... Oh, is it in the DM bag? Yeah, it's in the DM bag.
Yep, probably.
I
if it's
just
stuck at the
realized
weight.
something.
What's that?
Mawile.
Oh, don't worry, Mawile has been with you.
Okay.
Oh, let me help. The edge of the table is kind of weird, I recall.
Yes, also I don't know why there's little red dots on it.
If you wanna drag something to the edge of the table, make sure to
Oh,
grab
I
it on
see.
its left side, because that way, it doesn't go weird.
Ah, right, the little map dots, I see.
Ah, yes, it moved the dots from the map.
Oh, what? Oh, the map from the map? Oh, that's weird. Why were they on the right side if the map's on the left side?
Because I originally put it on the map side. This is fine.
Oh.
I have deleted the dots. It's okay.
Okay.
We can always reference a previous thing. Where's a red dot?
I can't see this image for some reason.
Really?
Let me try.
It's okay. I'm going to clear out the middle a bit and put it there so we don't have to worry.
Oh, I think you can't see it because he disconnected after saying that.
This is fine. So we are going to...
Oh no! Let's see. Okay. Oh, you want to move the big map over somewhere else?
Yes, just give me a minute. I will clear things out on the table.
Okay. Is there something wrong with it on the right? It seems like it's fine.
It's fine, but you're going to be moving pieces.
Okay, so we do need... I think maybe if we... Actually, maybe the map would... Oh, here, let me do this. I have an idea. Instead of clearing out the middle, how about we just switch it with the map's position? Because the map could go above the initiative, and it wouldn't be in the way of the initiative. So, like, here's what I'm thinking. We could put the map right here. And then that guy... Oh, does it need to be that size?
It would be easiest for you all to see it that size. We could make it a bit smaller. I was going to put it in the center. All I was going to do was like move it, maybe resize it a bit.
Oh, that's smart. Do we need the tiles still on the table?
No, I was going to move those away.
Okay, you move those. I'll help you move stuff a little bit. So let's just make room in the center a little bit. The note cards, we'll move those for a little bit. Yeah. Why can't I pick this up? I can't move the note cards, it turns out.
Oh, they may be locked
They
to
are
keep
locked.
them from being moved.
Oh, they are locked now.
Yeah, the note cards are fine. The Doom Roller is fine.
I guess they're flat enough, it's okay. Just have to worry about anything that might be a bait or something. It is big.
Oh yeah, this should be fine.
Okay.
In fact, actually, we can move it to the left.
It is a little tilted, but I think it's fine. Oh, okay.
There.
I guess I'll put the map back where it was.
Yeah, the map is fine.
So let's see, I need to return the map dots and I gotta fix Ralph's sheet at the end. Okay.
Yeah.
Just
I
keep it
replace the dot that matters most, which is Rider's Bounty. The others were completed.
Yeah, they're completed. They don't need to be added again. Okay. I think that's a good size.
Yes, and we can get your icons.
Might be worth locking the map.
I'm gonna
Yes. There. That's what I was forgetting.
Yep.
lock it. I'm gonna put Rotom in the
Scale
bag.
you up a bit.
Oh, when you pick up Rotom, he zips all over the place. It's hard to figure out where you're grabbing him.
I know, right?
Silly.
Oh, where did Rotom go?
Oh, I'm sorry. I put him away. Do you want him still?
No, that's fine.
I put him in the Game Boy.
That's okay.
I guess,
Yes.
I guess we can put these guys in the Game Boy too. Alright.
Yeah, that's fine. We haven't needed them for a while. Technically, we don't need Liar, but they're a teammate, so they get a special exception.
Layers for around. Layer stays out. Yeah.
And we are going to clear your stat changes for now. Lucky Chant can stay. Any bravados that you have left can stay.
Okay.
Brooke, did you use your bravado?
I did. I have not yet, no, actually.
Okay. So that means Brooke and Ryda have a bravado.
Okay. Lucky Chat gets cleared.
Nope.
No.
That stays.
Lucky Chat stays.
Lucky Chant stays and bravado stays.
But not the stat changes like from hell. Okay. We're gonna remove my strength buff.
Yeah. Oh boy. Yes, Fair is right. Grid combat hasn't been seen since the haunted house. And there's a very good reason for that. I am saving grid combat for special encounters.
Indeed.
Uh-oh.
My prediction is that this place was already hit by the star, and whatever weapon they made to combat it is already corrupted.
That's a fair assumption.
Could be wrong, but that's my guess.
Doesn't mean we can't take it back, though.
When we get the scene start, Tucker wants to say something in the game.
If everybody is prepared, you may.
Okay, just didn't want to start too early. Okay. As things finally calm down after the bulkhead is closed, Tucker will kind of just look at the two robots looking back, and then turn to Ralph and say, "They kind of reacted when I talked to them at the start. What was all that flashed? Do you have any idea?"
I'll think for a moment. Well, it could be programmed to respond to keywords. I imagine it could at least somewhat understand what you were saying and reacted accordingly. What its goal was, whether it mistook us for servants of, and he points up, not keen on saying it again and activating some other hidden trap, or whether it's protecting it, I don't know, but I'm guessing the latter.
Tucker kind of nods. Yeah, I wish we could try to communicate with these robots. He kind of shakes his head. But if they're corrupted, I guess it doesn't matter. Only one way to find out, I guess. Looking down the stairs, Tucker says that.
Yeah. And I'm actually gonna suck up a stockpile.
This is wise.
There you go. Essentially, we just roll to see if I'm incredibly unlucky and choke.
I think you swallowed just fine, didn't choke.
Anything else the team wants to discuss amongst themselves before they proceed?
Just to make sure, Kyrio, is everything good on your end? You had that disconnect, so I wasn't sure. And can you see the map? That's another thing I was going to ask. Because you said you couldn't see it before. Okay, good. Okay, everybody is really popular and gets calls tonight. When do I get a phone call? Wait, I don't really have anybody that called me, though.
It's because it's our off night. I'm not surprised.
Well, at least Steam isn't being all weird today. At least I don't think so. It was being weird yesterday. It actually made things... It was basically not running properly when I was trying to set up things yesterday.
Hey, these hatches, are they present in the map, or is this just a detail of the...
I will let you know.
I think Car has that one dungeon tile maker program, so I'm gonna guess anything here is intentional. But...
Yes, I use Dungeon Draft for all of the maps here instead of using Dungeon Alchemist like I did with the Haunted House. Much less taxing on my computer.
Wow.
As much as Dungeon Alchemist is really cool and I like it, it's also easier to avoid any issues.
Wow, I didn't know it was going to run so intensively. I thought it was just a tiling program.
Well,
it's a 3D modeling program.
Oh, it's 3D.
Yeah.
Oh,
3D
yeah.
program.
If you recall, the Haunted House was made as a top-down of a 3D map.
Oh, okay. Neat.
Yes.
I'm back now.
Hello.
Welcome back. If we are ready, we can proceed.
Would I do a calm mind before we go into things?
You may. It makes a lot of sense. Ryda may need time to calm down after everything that's happened.
It's taking a moment to compose himself.
Now Red is the only one not scratched up at all. Oh wow. You're very calm.
Special and special defense up. Let's go.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm gonna use the berry juice or root salve. Sorry. Heal myself back to full.
Actually, that's a good idea. I kinda wait, don't I have yeah. Okay. Tucker's gonna eat an orange berry and heal too.
Just to avoid another mishap.
Tucker's only a little hurt, but why not use the orange berry? There, it's gone now.
Also, I am sorry, Tucker, that I haven't made you use the burn salve, but at least you haven't gotten the burn status in a long time.
Oh yeah, well, it's good to have it. It's more of a topical cream, if anything, so it's good for like long-term care. If I remember.
Better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it.
Oh. I guess, you know what? While rummaging in his bag for the oranberry, Tucker again takes a look at the blade arm and actually takes it out for a second to show everybody else that he picked it up. And he's gonna comment, I wonder how this lights up. This seems like it's the same blade that one robot was using. So it must be able to ignite somehow.
It is indeed, effectively, the Cyrilege arm piece that would project the blade. It doesn't have any handle. It looks like it could slot into the arm. But, of course, it's not active, and the internal mechanisms are not exposed.
Yeah. Tucker can't discern much about it, but figured he'd do a little show and tell. And then he puts it back away.
Did we get a description of the room yet?
Not yet.
Did
I
we
figured
actually
you
go
guys...
Really?
Did we actually go downstairs to a new floor?
Yeah, I believe so.
That looks like what it looks like.
Goodness. No, I figured you all were taking a minute on the stairs to compose yourselves.
Yeah.
And maybe
Yeah,
go down.
any last minute buffs to throw on?
So this is a new floor, technically, right?
Yes, this is a new floor.
It's
It's
even
part of why I had to do whirring parts.
Okay. Is the room pretty open? It looks open.
I will describe it as soon as Hydra is back. I noticed that they had to mute.
Oh, okay. I didn't know
I'm
they
good.
were. Okay.
Okay. Then I will proceed. As you all head down, you will notice that the steps are these solid metal things, and there's a seam down the center of the stairway that occasionally pulses with a dim light. It's slow, languid, low energy, and there's also lines like it on the walls as well that remind some of you of certain other places you may have been.
Oh.
And then you see it. At the bottom of this stairway is this clinical white light, revealing a wide open testing chamber. Room made of these moonstone white tiles. It's broad, and as you cast your gazes across its walls. It's covered in scrapes and cuts, burns, impacts, and yet the paneling itself is still very much intact. And in fact, in the center, kneeling almost like a knight, is something that looks like a Lucario. Only this thing is made of metal. Silver and electric blue. It has both hands on the handle of a large blade, just as mechanized as the rest of it.
That is so cool.
The moment that you set foot in the chamber, its eyes flash, and it will slowly stand, drawing its blade from the floor. Please arrange yourselves within the first 4 tiles in front of the stairs. You may decide how you are arranged.
Hey, I am Bullet Sponge, so I will head out in front.
Leader.
Behind
first
Ralph.
tiles? Okay. I guess there then.
I hate to say it, but it is 7 o'clock.
I promise I'm gonna end.
That's why I hate to say it.
Aw.
I know. I did put the rules to grid combat on the locations card just for next time, so we don't forget.
Oh.
Because I remember them from the last time.
Right, I remember this.
I think
Yep.
if Kyrio could pause time so the session could get going, he would.
I know.
This is hype.
Slowly, it brings this sword nearly as large as itself, perhaps even larger, to bear, pointing at the lot of you.
I feel like we stepped into a Dark Souls fight.
Oh yeah, I was thinking a Dark Knight. Like,
Oh, from Zelda.
Oh, I can see
yeah,
that.
Dark Knight or an Iron Knuckles.
Vassals identified. Activating gravitic generator. Threat level highest. Eliminate target. And then some parts of its chest seem to slide and click, revealing this brightening violet light that just grows and grows. And there's this painful keening in your ears. I require insight survival alert from all of you.
Shoot a laser.
Oh. Ah. At least
Lucky
lucky
Chan.
chat. At least lucky chat.
Praise be Lucky Champ.
Praise be Lucky
Our
Chan.
Lord and
So
Savior.
that's 3, 3, 4, and 3. I think.
I believe so.
So the rest of you have trouble seeing this, but Ryda, there is something about your innate abilities that lets you notice this just seconds before everyone else. There's a distortion in space that's appearing right about, where is here? For those looking at the battle map. And something about it fills you with absolute dread. And then it speaks. Vassal Elimination Protocol. Black hole. And the
No.
distortion begins to expand.
Uh-oh.
We don't think it's talking about Ralph's mouth.
Oh, God.
Uh-oh.
Oh dear.
And then we all died.
The end.
The black hole slowly begins to grow. Please go ahead and make me vitality checks to see if you are drawn closer.
So just roll vitality.
Yep.
You go straight vitality.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That kind of makes sense of our positioning.
Tucker and Rida, you are, by some miracle and grace of your friends being in front of you, not immediately drawn towards it. But Brooke and Ralph, the gravity of the black hole begins to draw you in.
Ooh. Oh, my cookie is brought to use. Let's go.
The cookie hasn't used. It looks like a black hole, kind of. Oh,
You're welcome.
It's perfect.
can I make it a different color? Oh, you can.
Oh, that's perfect! Alright, we're going to change this music just at the end here. Battle 2, number 37.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh, this one.
I need a dexterity check between Brooke and Ralph. I need to know who acts first.
It's the best I can do.
Here we go.
Brooke, you are rapidly being drawn towards the black hole. You and Ralph both. What do you do? Augmentation is screaming a warning in your head.
No, I don't think I can do that.
One sec. If you think of anything while I...
I'm looking over my stuff. I'm trying to think of something crazy.
The floor is pretty indestructible looking, right?
It sure does.
Jeez.
I wonder how resistant this room is to the teleport. I I assume even stronger than the rest of the facility, unfortunately.
If only Tucker could do something.
I'm going to... Can I use superpower to grab Ralph and throw him behind me?
You may, if that is your choice. And I've sent you augmentations warning.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to try to do that.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm going to throw him towards Tucker while shouting Shadow Sneak.
Oh.
Smart. But also
That's
risky.
rifle.
As an aside, Car,
Yes.
should I add a pip for the Firefang helm?
I already did.
Oh, okay.
I made sure to add it when you used it.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's go.
That's really good.
That is good.
Alright. Ralph is going to get to go second.
Alright, so I've been pushed onto the same square as Tucker.
Ralph, you are grabbed by the arm and tossed towards Tucker. And you receive a warning, very similar to Brooks. But yours is different. And we should probably turn the music down just a little bit more for this, so that it's a bit like almost muffled.
Oh, okay.
This is a familiar sensation for you, Ralph. It's like time stopping. But this time, there's no ticking. You see line after line, branch after branch, being drawn into this black hole. Every choice, every possibility leading to a terminal end. You hear probability. Technique assimilation, 100%. Suggestion. Alter fate.
Oh. Alright. That's how I'm here Doctor Stranging.
Pardon me as I give Ralph a card.
Oh, it's that.
I made this a while back.
Yeah, it's fancy looking.
Your hands are in the way.
Yeah.
Oh, you can hold Alt to see it really big. Do you remember? I'll move the hand though.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and that makes it render.
It doesn't matter if people have their hands over if you hold Alt.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, Arabic can read.
Alright, Alter-Fate. Aspect probability. Logic channel will. Redacted, alright. Alter-Fate. Spend X will allow. Wait, subject.
Spin X will
What?
alter the flow of fate. Subject to storyteller interference, botching results in backlash. Insufficient successes may result in consequential redirection. Up in cascading singularity, supplement expectation with unknown desire. Cast off the shackles, let the lock fall from the door.
That description text, by the way, appears in front of you, Ralph. Like
Yeah.
lines of code writing themselves.
Well, even with the brackets and everything.
Congratulations, you learned Wish. And all the terror that comes with it.
You gave Wish to Ralph? Oh my god.
Well,
Arceus, help us all.
Oh, there's consequences if he uses this frivolously.
Of course.
But for now, Ralph, your aspect is telling you to alter fate itself. How do you answer?
Let's test the limits of this.
Spend
Yes.
2 will.
Cascading singularity. Alright, cascading singularity. Let's see if I can move a singularity. Like, teleporting this black hole on top of the Lucario.
We'll see what you can do.
Yeah, we'll see.
But yes,
Right.
I-
and
Well,
it is a
yeah.
a logic channel will roll. That would be as if you had 3 will currently, because you spent 2
logic
wills.
channel, yeah, logic channel max will, or logic channel starting will.
Logic channel max will in this case.
Alright.
Plus 2.
just to make a little comment. Brooke threw Ralph on to Tucker and also said Tucker should use Shadow
There you go,
Sneak. So
plus
Tucker
2.
will try to use Shadow Sneak if it's not interrupted. Oh, wow.
Damn.
Is that the same number of successes I rolled?
Maybe. I think it rolled 8 for the black hole.
That is the exact number of successes.
It is.
Oh my god, the dice
Oh,
decided
wow, it is.
that this would be a clash for the ages.
He smiles upon you.
We can turn up the music again.
Okay.
This is some anime bullshit.
It is!
Character bullshit now.
Ralph, you reach out and you decide to wrench away the threads of fate from this end. The power of the black hole, the power of an entropic end, an inevitable end, fights against you. Please spend 1 feather. You do not reroll.
Spend one
Please
what?
spend 1 what?
1 feather.
Feather.
A feather.
For your
Feather.
On your hat.
Your hat.
It's not gone forever, but you do not have one of your uses for next time.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright, like fades, alright.
The event horizon of the black hole quakes and quivers, pulsing as you tear every branching thread of fate from this consuming pit in space. The black hole collapses in on itself and bursts. A wave washes over the lot of you, sending you all tumbling to the floor. It impacts the Lucario, causing it to stagger, jabbing its weapon into the floor. Sparks caress across its chassis, the violet light flickering and dimming as pieces slide back over to protect the generator. Gravitic generator damaged. Initiating elimination protocols. And it rises back up into a noble stance, and once more points its sword at you. You may have survived imminent death, but your foe is not gone. And that is where we end this session.
Damn.
Oh, gosh.
Way to be stressful, Car.
Oh, that was hype.
Can't beat throwing a
My
black
next
hole.
thought was Ryda trying to push the black hole with psychic ability, because I'm like, Gardevoir can make many black holes, right?
That's the reason you're able to see it first. But,
Oh, yeah, I was thinking, okay, I have psychic, maybe I can hold us in place, I don't know. Heckin'. Also, I got that Doctor Strange thing. I saw all the threads leading into the thing. It's like, I'm looking into the future and I'm seeing 3.3 million possible.
What did Ralph do to use that move? Did it require any sort of physical action or anything, or just thinking?
Ralph may need to figure that out on his own. But as far as you all can tell, Ralph didn't do anything.
Okay.
But to Ralph, he grabbed the threads of fate themselves and pulled them out.
A metaphysical action. Which means that Ralph is still pushed against Tucker. Okay.
Correct.
It's important to remember for next time, because Tucker is given an order.
Yep, because for Ralph, time resumes and he pushes up against Tucker. So, everybody, I'm going to give you all 3 experience this time. Because you haven't beaten the models.
It's true.
Yeah, we just kind of plowed past them.
That's reasonable. Okay. Ralph, I'm gonna fix your sheet. Go ahead and add your new experience, and when I fix your sheet, I'll make sure it matches that number.
Yeah, I did. I went from 13 to 16.
Yeah, I'll fix it in a little bit. Also, this is cool music. This is done by somebody on DeviantArt who did a bunch of cool... I don't even know what genre this is called, but it's pretty neat. Good pick, Car, for the song.
Don't worry.
Gosh, I was actually gonna run something by you, but now that I've gotten this, I don't want to ask for another thing.
That's okay. You can ask anyway. This was something that was planned.
Indeed. Yeah, I was just thinking, from meeting Georgie and doing a whole bunch of like doing a bunch, digging through computers and a whole bunch of like old human tech. Like, I wonder if this facility would give me my last logic point, like post-boss clarity.
I'd be amenable to that, especially with what I know is going to happen.
Oh boy.
Y'all can tell me you love me later.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Also, to answer your previous question for the hatches, those are from my reference. You guys cannot see those.
Okay. Can we see the different tiling patterns, though? Because I noticed there's, like, big tiles and there's brick tiles.
Yes, actually. There are different patterns to the tiling.
Okay.
In the testing chamber. Some of the tiles aren't just white, but they may have, like, black and yellow striping.
And sorry if I didn't do a whole lot this session. And this is sort of a place where Tucker doesn't have a whole lot they can do, because it's a lot of stuff's over their head and they don't want to. Well, they already broke a computer. They probably don't want to break more things.
Don't worry, Tucker. I get it. I had that with one of the arcs we had recently where I was just sort of like, I'm here.
You know, this dungeon makes me think of, you ever play an RPG where you have a bunch of characters in your party that get their backstories fleshed out, and then you end up having a dungeon that's meant for like one of them, so they have all the story development and the other characters just kind of are hanging out and helping. And it's kind of more about that one person. This is the Ralph dungeon.
Yeah.
Indeed.
I think Carr actually called it that once.
I have.
Yeah. Well, I mean, with some amount of Brooke, I'm still, it still hasn't left my mind whatever the connection was between Brooke and N.
Well, I have a cool thought. You know how you used the feather to alter fate? Well, you can't spell fate. You can't spell feather without you spelling fate.
Yeah. I will say for reference before Tucker does the closeout, because we should close out so we can do some post talking and people can go do sleep and or dinner. Mawile is fine, but she is also staying the heck out of the way. She has moved into the stairway and is like, okay, I'm going to be support from back here. Because she wants to watch and see how this thing works. And she will probably be giving you moral support and call-outs.
Yeah, I'd be like, good call. If we don't make it, someone's got to report back.
She's going to be your persona supporter.
Yeah. Yeah. Besides, we don't make it, someone's got to report back to Bingo.
Also, Tucker definitely noted how this thing talked about aspects.
Vassals is what it called.
Vassals. But it probably meant aspects, right? So that's probably what it means.
Yeah.
Nope.
I'm curious if it's just the assumption that it has based off like the previous robots we fought, or if it actually senses them within you. Because if it does, then it might target you guys over like Rida and Mawile.
Oh, maybe so, actually. Okay.
So that's something to look out for.
I'll put one more thing. I wanted to share this at the end of the session because it's a bit more, because it's a fat for a picture, but I did want to share this art too that came up because I know some people care. So this is some art that Reese commissioned of Adam Sin. So this is my insight image too, so some of you have seen it, but since some of you haven't seen it, probably because you don't watch the streams directly, here. Oh, it's not loading. Oh, there it is. I wonder why MJ is doing this robot thing now, but yeah, here. Just to show that too, because I know some people... Yeah, it's silly, but it's good. I do appreciate the session though, everybody. Thank you for doing it with me. And I'm sorry for the delay of a week, but I'm glad we got to play this week.
We're doing next week as normal?
I believe that is the plan, unless it interferes with other people's life things.
I'm okay with next week.
For me.
I should be fine, I think.
Okay. Then that's what we'll probably do. Alright, any last thoughts before I close out?
Good.
Thanks for the game.
Yeah. Thanks for the game.
Yeah,
Thanks for
great.
watching as well, everybody. And I guess next week we'll head back to the normal schedule and do session 140, which is a big old robotic Kyrio boss fight, I guess. We'll see what happens. But that's for next time. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.